will wave since then. But it's really unfortunate because we have the cure, we have the vaccine, and yet people aren't getting it.
iHeartRadio will continue to keep you informed with the latest coronavirus news. For continuous updates and to find a COVID-19 vaccine near you, check out vaccines.gov.
Join the action as the Asheville Championship takes place at Harris Cherokee Center, Asheville on November 12th and 14th. The tournament will feature Minnesota, Princeton, South Carolina, and Western Kentucky as the inaugural field. Get your tickets now at all Ingalls Markets locations. Be part of the action and follow along as it all starts in Asheville. Don't miss the inaugural Asheville Championship, November 12th and 14th at Harris Cherokee Center, Asheville.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-2073. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today and call 800-575-2073. That's 800-575-2073. Or you can visit us online at tra.com.
Napa know-how.
Right now, a 5-quart jug of Napa full synthetic motor oil is only $19.99. It's the hottest deal of the year for the coldest time of the year. So if you're in your car right now, there's no need to turn on the heat. I'm about to read this sizzler again. That's Napa full synthetic for a hot $19.99. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating locations, does not include taxes and fees. Advertised sale price not available in some states. Offer ends 12/31/21.
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville. WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville.
The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
I'm Christine Lisi. 1 hour to go until the waiver wire deadline for NFL teams to claim former Browns receiver Odell Beckham Jr. If he goes unclaimed by the deadline, OBJ becomes an unrestricted free agent. He can sign with any team, and Cleveland has to pay him $4.25 million this season. Browns running back Nick Chubb tested positive for COVID-19. He's vaccinated. It is possible he plays Sunday against the Patriots, provided that he has 2 negative tests 24 hours apart. Dearness Johnson, the only running back Cleveland has available for the Browns at this moment, is also vaccinated. Dolphins QB Tua Tagovailoa injured finger day-to-day heading into Thursday's game against the Ravens. College basketball's opening nights here, and how's this for our doubleheader? Starts with number 3 Kansas taking on Michigan State. After struggling a season ago in areas like defense and rebounding, the Spartans will show improvement in those areas, believes coach Tom Izzo.
I think we'll be a much better running team. I think we're a better shooting team, a little better athletic team, but we're a little young and not as deep at the guards, and yet I think Hauser and Malik Hall and Bingham are ready to do some damage inside.
Izzo Spartans and the Jayhawks coverage 6:30 Eastern, ESPN Radio and ESPN TV. That's followed by number 9 Duke facing number 10 Kentucky as Blue Devils coach Mike Krzyzewski begins his final season before retirement.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword WORK to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's WORK to 200-200.
In the heart of Beer City, USA, 2 men, 1 journey to create a sports show unlike any other. Unfiltered, raw, and honest. One of them played a soccer goalie opposite Ben Stiller. The other once scored 6 points on Steph Curry. These guys know their shit.
Let's go!
Tank Spencer, Jeremy Greene, The Sportsocracy. Presented by Ingalls Supermarkets. Low prices, love the savings. And Wicked Weed Brewing. Drink different.
It's ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. The Sportsocracy, heard everywhere on the iHeartRadio app and seen everywhere on your device of any kind, on YouTube. Check us out at thesportsocracy.com. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. Become a member of the House of Reprehensibles. Have we finally got the title up there on the on the membership group name?
No, you have to actually approve it, so it takes. So we'll do that Friday. It'll be ready for Monday.
Okay, all right. Anyway, you can. It's currently called Pennies for Your Thoughts, but we are, of course, embracing it as the House of Reprehensibles here inside the Democratic Republic of Sports. Best way to instantly contact the program here is through the YouTube stream, and we are only 2 hours away from Mud Bug Day. Jeremy's got to eat a crawfish, and he is not excited about it. I went and picked him up earlier today from the Crab du Jour over on Tunnel Road. Fine folks over there. So anyway, we're going to have crawfish in the last call, which is our after show that we do here and there on the YouTube channel. So, head on over, hit the subscribe button, join the House of Reprehensibles, and you can also pay to have your comments highlighted in the YouTube chat.
All the things. We do one-stop shop of sports talkery.
That's right. Will he or won't he? Odell Beckham Jr., will he be claimed on waivers? The waiver wire deadline is at 4 o'clock today.
This is the definition of sports New Year's Eve.
Okay.
I've always said the countdown to New Year's Eve is like the dumbest thing we do.
Okay.
Oh, it's only 60 minutes till the ball drops. 10, 9, and yay, it's the same thing it was last year.
Yeah.
And now what?
It's a brand new year.
Now it's just midnight and we're all awake and we're angry and cantankerous because
we're all drunk and
yeah. We've been drinking Wicked Weed beers since lunchtime on the 29th.
Right.
Nobody's claiming Odell Beckham Jr. We can stop talking about it. Nobody is paying $7.5 million. Nobody.
Wait and see. Maybe somebody will be dumb enough.
Well, there's nobody that's going to be dumb. There's only 6 teams that could do it.
Right.
And none of them are going to do it. So this has become the greatest dumb topic ever.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think what everybody's waiting for is for 401 to tick around and he not get claimed on waivers, and then you'll start hearing, who's going to sign him as a free agent?
Well, there's 2 teams. It's the New Orleans Saints. It's the Seattle Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yep.
Unless there is some very quiet third team out there, that's where he's going to go.
Right.
Apparently, Russell Wilson has been a big champion of this cause. He wants him to come to Seattle. Okay. I mean, we did that one time before with Josh Gordon, and you know what it elicited? Nothing much.
Nothing. We are obviously going to keep an eye on the news. We will let you know if anybody does claim Odell Beckham Jr. before the trade or the waiver wire deadline hits at 4 o'clock this afternoon. We got bad news for the Cleveland Browns. We've got we're going to talk some college basketball because it all kicks off tonight, 6 o'clock. Pre-game show starts here on ESPN Asheville for Loyola, Maryland, taking on the North Carolina Tar Heels. We got some primetime matchups tonight in college basketball that should get your eyeballs as well. So we'll kind of do a 30,000-foot view of the season, preview, Final Four picks, all that kind of stuff. We'll talk college football playoff rankings as well. We will put out our rankings before the actual rankings come out tonight. And, all of it coming your way over the next 2 hours, including Jeremy's picks of the night coming up in the Green on Green at the end of this hour.
I can't play dead in the Western betting games.
You won 1-3 last night. That's not good. You even bet against your Denver Nuggets, and they beat the Miami Heat.
Well, I should have taken Nikola Jokic in the third. Knockout. Sorry, Markieff Morris.
We'll bring you that breaking news during the program, too, because I got a good feeling we're going to find out how long he's going to be suspended for.
It'll be a minute.
Yeah.
Here's just a piece of advice, and this is just a piece of life advice. Don't walk up to the biggest person in the room and take a swing at him, because that's what Markieff Morris did.
Yeah.
Then he learned.
And he paid for it.
Shouldn't have done that.
Mm-hmm.
That was an error in judgment on your part.
Well,
he waited till he turned his back. Yeah, because he ran away.
Yeah, well, you got to realize that there is only so long of a fuse on every player in the NBA. And I'm sorry, the most versatile center in NBA history is probably not the one that I want to pick on.
The reigning, defending MVP, and soon to be NBA champion, Nikola Jokic.
Yeah. Last night, Monday Night Football, we had the Chicago Bears get cheated out of a win by the referees. The Pittsburgh Steelers come out with the victory.
Here's the thing. They didn't get cheated out of anything. Were the officials bad? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
That loss, you can look squarely at you, Chicago Bears. As soon as they scored with, what was it, a minute 45 to go? I went, yep, that's too long. You should not have done that.
Yep. How many times have we seen this just in the NFL in general? And it doesn't really matter. I mean, as long as you have a decent quarterback on that other team, I know my dad has always been my dad's always been baffled by football. Like, you can go the whole entire game with just being listless on offense. That 2-minute drill kicks in, boy howdy.
Well,
you take the defense
back.
Yeah, you take the defense off guard and you just start chunking away. And doesn't matter who it is, whether it's Tom Brady or Kirk Cousins or even a decrepit old Ben Roethlisberger, still going to have time to get down the field and kick that winning field goal if you leave too much time on the clock.
Well, I mean, here's the problem is that it should never have gotten that far, because Pittsburgh should never have let them back in the game. They did. And I'll be honest with you, did anybody walk away from last night and go, the Chicago Bears were the better team?
No.
You lost on the road. Now, is there more to talk about than that? Yes.
Yes, there is.
I am so tired of hearing Tony Carini hip checked Cassius Marsh. No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't. He walked backward
he
and Cassius Marsh was
into
there.
Him.
And that
he
had
saw him coming and he stepped back
into
into him just to try to draw the foul.
Well, I got news for you. That's not what was flagged.
I know
so
that's
if
not
that's
what
he did, he did it in a very stupid way, because that's not what he called.
Yeah.
And I've heard a lot of, the taunting. The taunting's so stupid. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Here's you knew it was coming. It would be one thing if the NFL hadn't told you 100 times, stop doing that. You know how you get the NFL to not flag you for taunting? Do your little Judy kick, which Cassius Marsh did. It's on the main frame of our YouTube video. And then walk to the sideline.
Yep.
Don't sit there and jaw at the punter. Don't walk over to the opposing sideline. Don't do any of those things.
Right.
This is really easy to fix.
And I feel like he was warned. Like, obviously we don't have, the on-the-field mic'd up audio or whatever, but after he does his little roundhouse kick.
I like to call it the Judy kick.
And he starts walking toward the other sideline. I don't know who it was. It might have been Akeem Hicks, who, like, you can see he passes him and he taps him on the shoulder.
Like you're good.
I don't know if it was a great play, buddy, and just move on, or if it was, come on, let's go to the sideline. There was something said as he tapped him on the shoulder pad, and he just kept walking to the other sideline, staring him down.
And here's the thing. Is that a stupid penalty? Absolutely. Do I absolutely despise the fact that this gets called as often as it does? Yes. But I will give you the same comparison I gave this morning. I think the blinking red light is the dumbest thing on earth. And do you know why?
The blinking red light?
The blinking red light. You get to the four-way intersection, and there is a light that blinks red at every impasse.
Okay.
You know why I find that to be so stupid?
Why is that?
Because it does the exact same thing that a stop sign does that requires no electricity.
Right.
It's always blown my mind. Do I think that's stupid? Yeah. The fact that I think it's stupid, does that mean I get to just blow through it? No. You know this is coming. If I heard the word emphasis one more time, I was going to scream. Do I like the rule? No. There are a lot of rules I don't like, but you still have to follow them. And at the end of the day, the only person that Cassius Marsh has to blame for why that went the way it was is himself. If you don't walk towards the sideline, they don't call it. You can yell at the clouds like Abe Simpson all you want to and be mad at them. It's not going to do anything.
Right.
Do we hate it? Yes.
Well, the Chicago Bears, they were already just done with the officiating anyway. And that was just one more thing for them to look at and go, you know what? This is getting out of hand. Because what did it end up being? 12-2 was the penalties called last night, something like that.
And here's the thing. One of those teams is grossly undisciplined and one of them's not. A wise old man once told me, If they think you're going to do it, they'll see it, whether you do it or not.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
There's a reason that corners that have a reputation for holding get called for holding more often. Does it mean they do it more often? Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But you're certainly going to get called for it. The Bears are an undisciplined team. They have been forever.
Right.
There are going to be blown calls. Was the officiating slanted to Pittsburgh last night? Probably.
Does it mean there's something more nefarious going on there? No, absolutely not.
Does it mean Tony Correnti was out here hip checking people? No.
No, but it's a fun narrative to talk about, and Bears fans, and it doesn't matter. I'm not just going to pick on Bears fans. I mean, it's every team that ever winds up lopsided on the penalty box, whether it be the Carolina Panthers or whoever. You're always going to complain when penalties are lopsided like that. I did get a kick out of the one meme circulating around of last night's Monday Night Football MVP was
Tony
Correnti with 12 penalties, 120 yards, and 6 blown calls, and one unbelievable taunting penalty. The taunting penalties suck, and we all know it, and we're all against it.
The NFL has to do something about it, simply because we're going to keep doing this.
Right, and here's the thing. My question is, does it continue? Does it get to a point where, okay, we've made our stance. We've made it known, and now we need to back off.
Well, and that's the thing I've never understood about this. What exactly is your stance? I don't get what the stance is. Because 9 times out of 10, we can't hear what was said anyway. So before you go, Maud Flanders, won't somebody please think of the children? You have no idea what they're saying in the first place.
Right.
If you ignored it, no one would know.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing if you're willfully showing up the other team. I still don't think that should be a penalty. But look who you're talking to.
To a certain extent.
There is no certain extent. I don't care if you cartwheel into the end zone. I do not care. There is nothing about that hits me in my sensibilities in any way. But the NFL obviously has a problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
Where you have gotten to now, and I've said this for a long time, this is the problem with NFL officiating. You're leaving too much up to chance.
Mm-hmm.
You're leaving too much up to interpretation. And that is going to ultimately lead to this, because what you think is offensive, and just think about people on the whole. What you think is offensive and what I think is offensive are wildly different.
Right. I think mud bugs are delicious, and you think they're offensive.
I would really like to stop thinking about this gross crustacean that I'm getting ready to have to inhale.
By the way, go subscribe now to the YouTube. Join the House of Reprehensibles, and you can watch Jeremy eat crawfish on the last call.
Oh, and I'm sure that I'm sure they were prepared just wonderfully.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, there is nothing you can do to that that's going to make it appetizing to me.
As somebody who loves crawfish, I'm going to tell you right now, it was hard for me not to rip into that bag when I brought it back in here because it was so good. It looked so good.
Yeah, if you think his reaction to wasabi was bad, wait till you see my reaction to something that's looking at me.
Right. And he was playing the victim today as he was on the phone with his wife, and we were having great fun at Jeremy's expense because he reveled totally in my having to eat wasabi last week, hoping that I would have a reversal of fortune during the last call payoff, and it didn't happen.
And I think that is a gross misrepresentation of what happened. I have never been anything but supportive and here to help. I do not take victory laps, ever. Humble, meek even.
Mm-hmm. Hit him, chat box.
I know.
Put him back in his place. You know what went down.
I know this that whole bag of little sea critters is in this building, and it is bothering me.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the referee talk here. The NFL... see, here's the thing. The NFL's at a point now where this is becoming the thing. Every Tuesday, every Monday, whatever down day we have in the news cycle in the NFL, we're talking about the officiating. We're talking about how bad it is, how inconsistent it is, what kind of checks and balances need to be on the officials. I'm just wondering if they're going to take the foot off the gas here.
I think
because we've seen this over and over again. You'll start out the year with some new emphasis, and then by the time mid-season rolls around, we start to back off, and we start to see these penalties go away.
Well, you're either going to have to clearly define what this is, because I do not know what Cassius Marsh said. I have absolutely no idea.
Right.
He obviously said something. And so if you're going to keep calling this, you're going to have to draw the line in the sand of this is what it is and this is what's not. Because this has become dumb. And I have long said Roger Goodell is like the 16-year-old kid whose parents bought him a Porsche. All you have to do is not drive at 200 miles an hour. All you have to do is not wreck it. That's it. You have the world is your oyster. You just have to not mess this up. And I feel like you're messing this up. Officiating should never be the narrative in the NFL. It's too good. The game is too good. And last night, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't fun to watch. It was not aesthetically pleasing. And then you have something like this that becomes the narrative. And what else you want to talk about? All right, so we have 2-hour show in the afternoon, an hour show in the morning. What do you want us to talk about today? All right, you had a Monday Night Football game that we have to talk about. What else was there to talk about? The running game that was pitiful on both sides. Ben, who looks 807 years old. Justin Fields, who is better than he was 2 weeks ago. That's the nice. That
is the first compliment you've ever paid him,
and that's probably the nicest thing I'm ever going to say. But you open it up to this, and this is what we're going to talk about,
right?
And you've got the wackadoodles that think the league is fixed. That just because it's not there. Think about the phrase I said earlier. If people think that it's going to happen, they'll see it whether it happens or not. There is about 5 to 10% of wackadoodles that think the NFL is fixed. I mean, and these are like flat earth people. You cannot talk to them. Well, they just, it's fixed. Right. There's no way. And then you start throwing, rational reason at them. And, well, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Right.
Tom Brady, the greatest player of all time, is a dynasty at a team with a team that was one of the least popular in the NFL before he got there. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. If it's fixed, they're doing a terrible job of it.
Right.
The Dallas Cowboys are easily the most popular team in the NFL. They hadn't won a Super Bowl in 25 years.
It just because it's a fun topic to talk about, conspiracy theories. I get how fun they are to discuss, and who's paying off the refs and all this kind of stuff. But the NFL does it to itself. Each and every week there are examples of just complete inconsistencies in the way the game is called, and it's got to change. And we've got some comments that we'll highlight coming up in the in this next segment about what makes people scratch their heads about the officiating in the NFL. Stick with us here on ESPN Asheville. You're in the Sportsocracy.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
High pressure across Carolina has given us some gorgeous weather here. We're talking about a parade of mid-70s into the midweek forecast, not too far off of records. 43 degrees our low tonight. Wednesday, sunshine and 74 degrees. Boy, the weather just absolutely gorgeous here. Doesn't feel like November. Do have a front that comes in with half-inch rains Thursday, high 58, and cools us down into the weekend ahead. I'm meteorologist Scott Lauriamore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Avoid the gridlock of having to sort through hundreds of resumes to find great people. Indeed's hiring platform makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates all in one place. To find your next great hire, visit Indeed.com/credit.
Join the action as the Asheville Championship takes place at Harris Cherokee Center, Asheville on November 12th and 14th. The tournament will feature Minnesota, Princeton, South Carolina, and Western Kentucky as the inaugural field. Get your tickets now at all Ingalls Markets locations. Be part of the action and follow along as it all starts in Asheville. Don't miss the inaugural Asheville Championship, November 12th and 14th at Harris Cherokee Center, Asheville.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and navage? And should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-natural way to clean your nose. It's not a drug, it's more like plumbing. Saline goes in one nostril, around the back of the nose and out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and germs. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. It's the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Over 2 million sold. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Hi, I'm Chad Greenway. After retiring from the NFL, I've embraced my new role coaching my kids in their youth sports. Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to train, screen, and educate all of our basketball coaches. Visit trustedcoaches.org to learn more. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
Are you 65 or older and haven't had a colonoscopy? Join a colon cancer screening study and you could earn up to $575.
I'll screen.
It's a study for a non-invasive way to screen for colon cancer from home. By joining, you can help advance the science of screening.
I'll screen too.
You'll just need to provide a stool sample, and a colonoscopy will be done through your own insurance. Enroll now and screen to help create a better future for all.
I'll screen.
I'll screen.
Let's all screen for colon cancer.
Visit screeningstudy.com to sign up or learn more. That's screeningstudy.com.
What has fluffy brioche buns, crunchy pickles, tasty mayo, a crispy fried chicken fillet, and the perfect amount of spice? Any guesses? Bingo! The Spicy Kentucky Fried Chicken Sandwich. Go on and get yourself a bite of the only spicy chicken sandwich that's finger-licking good. So, what are you waiting for? Order the Spicy KFC Sandwich on the KFC app today for just $3.99. At participating locations only. Prices may vary. Tax extra.
Pernicious, adjective, having a harmful effect, especially in a gradual or subtle way. Now, Wicked Weed's flagship IPA, winner of a silver medal at the U.S. Open Beer Championships, isn't harmful unless you're a competing IPA. Brewed in the mountains of western North Carolina, Pernicious IPA will destroy your expectations for all others in its class. Pernicious IPA inspires you to enjoy fresh and often. Order up at wickedweedbrewing.com. Wicked Weed, the official craft beer of the Asheville Championship. Drink different, drink responsibly.
The Sportsocracy.
That's horrible. No, you know what that is? That's horror awful. That's horrible and awful mixed together. Horror awful.
Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene here in the Sportsocracy. Don't forget to check us out at thesportsocracy.com. All the live videos up on the website. Subscribe to the channel. Join our little membership group, the House of Reprehensibles. You had to make that a tongue twister, didn't you?
I did.
Just, it is glad to have you back for another edition of the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville, and we're talking about officiating in the NFL, and it's so, it's one of those hot button issues. Everybody's got some kind of a take on the officiating. There are conspiracy theories all over the place, but here's the thing. There
are conspiracy theories about everything.
Of course there are.
There are people that still think birds are real. Like,
stop that.
Those people exist. They walk among us. I see them at the grocery store all the time.
It's the inconsistencies of the rules in the NFL that drive people crazy. Rob Johnson in the comment section on YouTube says he doesn't understand how walking toward the sideline and looking at the other sideline can draw you a taunting penalty, but when there's a turnover, the entire defense can run down and take selfies in the end zone and do their big celebrations every day. But that's not taunting. That's not unsportsmanlike. I mean, I can see where you're coming from there, Rob, because I have thought the same thing. Like, remember there was a time in the NFL when we referred to it as the No Fun League because they kept flagging Chad Ochocinco and Joe Horn and all those guys for doing the outrageous celebrations. And now today, it's celebrated by the league. The league puts out all these, celebrations of the week polls and stuff. To me, it's counterintuitive.
Well, and that's the thing. The league tends to figure this out. You remember when the NBA went to that sweet little ball that nobody could hold on to because anytime it got sweat on it, it became slick as a fish that just came out of the ocean?
Right, the fusion ball or whatever.
Well, they figured that out pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
These leagues tend to figure this out pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have a weird feeling that you're going to see this start migrating back to the mean.
Yeah.
You're not going to have playoff games. If you think it's bad now, Let a game with playoff implications be decided by this. This was between the horrible Chicago Bears and the mediocre Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mm-hmm. And it's gonna happen.
See, I don't think it's going to.
You think they'll back off enough?
I do. Because usually that's how it goes. It is just wired for sound the first 6 weeks of the season.
Yep.
Then it starts to slow down. Well, it hasn't slowed down.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at some point you have to look at yourself introspectively and go, why are we allowing this to become the narrative?
Mm-hmm.
We just have to not screw this up.
Right.
It's the best product in all of sports, and it's not even close.
Right.
And so you have to get this narrative to move from what it is now.
Kevin Vick in the comments says Cassius gets the flag for talking to the sideline, but then Mac Jones gets nothing for what he did to Brian Burns' leg. To me, it's, again, unsportsmanlike conduct is unsportsmanlike conduct, right?
And Mac Jones will probably be fined for that.
I don't know that he will.
Oh, I fully believe that he will.
Yeah.
I
mean, I hope he does.
You'll see a little Ian Rappaport tweet out on Thursday of Mac Jones was fined $10,000 by the league.
I hope he does, but I don't know I don't know that to be true. And the question was asked in the comments as well of what sport does get it right? What sport has completely clean officiating?
None of
There's
them.
not one.
Because
humans rule the system.
Mm-hmm.
There's such a thing as the human error.
Yeah, and
I mean, how many times?
That's the baseball theory of
Mm-hmm.
you have to put the human error element in there. That's the reason we can't have an automated strike zone. Which, by the way, baseball is the one sport that could very easily get this right.
No doubt.
I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, but have you noticed that the NFL got something that we complained about forever of the needless replay, where it is just clear as it gets? Have you noticed that's gone away? Because they figured it out. It took some time, but they got it.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll get this. And to me, this is probably the impetus, because this was on the spotlight game of the week on Monday Night Football, the only game on, so everybody's watching it.
Yep.
And now you're going to say, I would wager that there's going to be a behind closed doors, just all the officials. All right, enough with the taunting.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it. We've done it. John Mara, we get it.
Right.
You don't like it. Go yell at the clouds, Abe Simpson. It's fine. Just be angry at them for being too fluffy.
You know, I have always wanted some kind of accountability for referees in the NFL. And I don't think you're ever going to see that. You're never going to see officials be openly reprimanded by the league, which is something that I think should happen.
Why would anybody want that? What do you care? What do you care if the NFL comes down and says, "Oh, Tony Corrente was wrong"? It happens all the time, and it's never acknowledged.
Mm-hmm.
They're held to an accountability,
right? But there's no punishment. That's the thing.
Yeah, there is. You don't wind up in playoff games. That's how all of this works,
right?
I mean, trust me, I would much rather know that Tony Corrente's not going to be officiating the Super Bowl than some stupid press release of, we at the NFL really merit that officiating be held to a higher standard, and Tony Corrente was completely wrong. I just don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I do not care. That's all legislated behind closed doors. I don't need to know anything about it. It's fine. It's fine. Just let it go.
Now, and see, me and several others would disagree and say,
but what do you want?
I want to see the NFL come out and say Tony Corrente screwed this up. I'm not saying that he did last night or he had anything that would warrant such punishment, but to say because of his inability or whatever, his inaccuracy, Tony Corrente is going to be suspended for 2 weeks.
And see, that's stupid because you don't have that many officials. You think Tony Corrente's bad? Yeah, let's see what the makeup official looks like.
Can get in.
Do you remember that we did that at one point? And it took 2 weeks before we went, get the real ones back. These guys are terrible.
Yeah, when they had the strike or whatever.
That's why that argument has always been just unbelievably, painfully stupid to me. He should be suspended for 2 weeks. Cool, so we can have worse officiating? That makes no sense.
Sorry, you're making way too much good money doing this.
Who cares how much they make?
Mm-hmm.
That's another argument that gets on my nerves.
What?
Oh, they are paid handsomely. Yeah, and trust me, they do a way better job at it than you or anybody that's ever said that would.
Mm-hmm.
Go officiate you know what? I think anybody that ever complains about officials, you should have to go officiate a high school game.
Right.
And then literally by the end of the second quarter, when they're pelting beer bottles at you, you'll realize maybe this is not as easy as I think it is.
This is harder than I thought it was.
It's a lot harder to do this when I'm on the field than when I'm sitting at my house watching it on a 65-inch television.
I don't know. We just don't feel like we get that kind of validation from the NFL of, sure, there's they screwed up this call, but what's the punishment for that? What kind of?
Well, you get in their pocket. That's apparently what you wanted to do anyway.
Yeah, fine them or something. I don't know.
You're not going to fine them. That's not how this works. Mm-hmm. I mean, these guys make decent money doing this. Mm-hmm. The big money is in the playoffs. Well, the ones that do this, they don't get to officiate the playoffs.
$200,000 for a part-time job is a little more than decent money.
I mean, I don't disagree. What do you want to fine them? $500? Yeah, we fined them $500, and I feel better now. At Michigan State, did you notice yesterday the NCAA came out, or not the NCAA, the Big Ten,
Big Ten
came out and said Michigan State said there were errors in that officiating. That make you feel warm and fuzzy? Because it didn't do anything for me. Mm-hmm. I watched it slide by the AP feed, and I went, cool. I don't even know what you're talking about, and I don't care.
Right.
Once it's done, it's done.
Okay.
And we can sit here and talk about it until we're blue in the face.
Mm-hmm.
But until the John Maras of the world get tired of this being the narrative every Monday and Tuesday, it'll keep happening.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think we're at that place.
The Sports Tag.
Just a bit outside.
All right, here's the 411, folks.
Jeremy doesn't let me talk about baseball, so I got to squeeze it in where I can. Just a bit outside, Major League Baseball. Oh, boy. You guys just do it again. You just do it over and over and over to yourselves. And this is more a slap at the St. Louis Cardinals than it is actually Major League Baseball. But Major League Baseball announced the finalists for Manager of the Year in the National League, and your finalists are Gabe Kapler, who's the manager of the San Francisco Giants. Of course, they had the 107-win season, number one team in the playoffs this year. Nobody expected them to be as good as they were. All you heard preseason in the NL West was this is going to be a battle between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the San Diego Padres. And then the Giants came out of nowhere, won 107 games, sent Buster Posey off with a nice regular season. It didn't go well for them in the playoffs, but a nice regular season. So Gabe Kapler, he's one of the finalists for Manager of the Year in the National League. Craig Counsell, manager of the Milwaukee Brewers as well. And then Mike Shildt, the former manager of the St. Louis Cardinals, is one of the three finalists for National League Manager of the Year. Former UNC Asheville Bulldog, I would like to point that out. But anyway, why is that important? Because he got fired. He got fired after leading his team to a winning record. Second half of the season went super great for them. 17-game win streak there to close out the season. Made the playoffs. Of course, they fell short in the playoffs, and that's why Mike Shildt got fired. But still, it's just another example. And it's not the first time this has happened. I mean, heck, this happened last year when the Chicago White Sox let Rick Renteria go. And that's how we ended up with Tony La Russa back in the game. But he was the runner-up for Manager of the Year last year in the American League after he got fired. And then, of course, we all remember in the NBA. Do you know who I'm talking about? Coach of the Year in the NBA?
A Coach of the Year in the NBA used to be like a curse. As soon as you want it, you should really start looking for apartments in new cities.
Right. Dwayne Casey, who can forget about him winning Coach of the Year with the Toronto Raptors and then immediately cut loose, and then he won the award for Coach of the Year. It's just hilarious to me.
That's one of the most baseball things I'll ever hear. Brian Snitker, who just won a World Series.
He wasn't even on the list.
He's not even on the list.
Not even on the list.
Not even on the list. The guy that just won your championship with a team that was not supposed to be nearly that good. Right. He's not even on the list.
Oh, well, they only won 88 games. Yeah, well, you know what? They suffered one of the most tragic losses of the season in losing Ronald Acuna to a blown ACL. And he can't even get as the third finalist? Come on.
Yeah, that's the most baseball thing I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
My story is about a name that we have not been able to say on this show in a long time. And I have to say it the way that Tom Segura says it. It's about Pac-Man Jones. Tell him I appreciate him.
Yeah, tell him I appreciate him.
Tell him I appreciate him. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Tom Segura has a bit about
It's a
Pac-Man
great
Jones
joke.
that is hilarious.
Great joke.
Well, what do we say on this show quite often?
Don't do crimes.
Don't do crimes. Who's shocked that I'm telling a Pac-Man Jones story and it has to do
with crimes?
Former NFL quarterback Adam Pac-Man Jones has had his fair share of encounters with the law. He's in trouble again and was just sentenced to 180 days in jail on Thursday after being convicted of assault. This stems from... Do you know anything of this story?
No.
With it being Pac-Man Jones, where do you think he was?
Vegas.
No. Cincinnati.
Oh, it was in Cincinnati.
That's where he's from.
All right. I don't know.
What kind of establishment do you think he was in?
Gentleman's Club.
Not quite, but close. This assault stems from a bar fight at Clutch OTR, which I have absolutely no idea what that stands for.
Gentleman's Club.
Yeah, probably. Jones got into a brawl with employees and bar stools were thrown. According to Hamilton County authorities, Jones punched and kicked a man until he was unconscious. TMZ Sports reports that Jones, 38, had 150 of his days suspended. If Jones shows good behavior, he will have to serve only 30 days. He was also sentenced to 9 months probation and will begin his sentence on November the 29th.
Nobody's shocked.
Who's shocked?
Yeah.
Anybody show of hands? I do have to admit, Tom Segura is one of my favorite comedians in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And when he would explain Pac-Man Jones to people, he would say, he went to a strip club and then a bunch of people got shot. And then that happened 2 more times.
2 more times.
That should probably tell you not the greatest guy you've ever met in your life.
Mm-hmm.
He was also a professional wrestler. People don't remember
Was
that.
he? I forgot
but
about that.
Oh, yeah, he worked for TNA. It's the only reason I ever knew what Impact Wrestling was. Because Pac-Man Jones showed up, and he didn't do the Dennis Rodman thing where he wasn't allowed to touch anybody.
Right.
He actually was throwing haymakers.
Speaking of NFL athletes or former NFL athletes doing sports that you're not used to seeing them do, it's been made official, by the way. December the 18th, you are going to see Frank Gore fight Deron Williams on the Jake Paul. Who's he fighting? It's not Tyson Fury. Tommy Fury. Tyson Fury's brother on pay-per-view. And yep, I'll be watching.
Of course you will, because they're going to keep doing this until people like you stop watching it.
It's never going to happen. I'm never going to stop watching it because I have to see how bad it is.
You know, and here's Mark Starling that works here at iHeart with us. From Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
We have a mutual friend, Pat Donovan, that does a show for iHeart in Florida. He apparently just interviewed Jake Paul.
Okay.
It said, I did not want to like this guy, and I do, and I'll be rooting for him. That is the reason that I refuse. I do not in any way want to interview Jake Paul. I do not want anything that will actually make me like him. Nothing. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You just refuse.
No. No. And he is going to get his just skull caved in by Tommy Fury.
You'd think.
He's fighting an actual boxer now.
Yeah, but we've said this about everybody they've fought so far, and it hasn't happened yet.
He has never fought an actual boxer. This is the first boxer he has ever fought.
Oh, that's right. It was Logan who fought Floyd Mayweather, and Mayweather danced around with him.
That's what Floyd Mayweather does.
This is true. It's very true. I thought that was one of the best retorts I saw to Floyd Mayweather saying, you know, everybody flipping out over this past weekend with Canelo Alvarez fighting on Saturday night. And everybody's like, oh, Canelo Alvarez, he's the greatest. And then Floyd Mayweather came out with, y'all talk about Canelo and Manny Pacquiao, about how they're the greatest of all time. I made those guys look like fools. No, you didn't. You danced around with them for 12 rounds and got a decision. Good job. Well, I'm not saying I could do any better.
I know definitively you cannot.
I'm not saying I could do any better. I'm just saying it's not like you absolutely clowned him. Because I think the Canelo fight was even a majority decision. He didn't even win all of it.
I do not remember, to be really honest.
I think that's right. I looked at it after the weekend. I was like,
yeah, it was a majority decision.
Is that true? Yeah, one of them was a unanimous decision. That was the Pacquiao fight. Because I remember watching that and being completely just, that was the built up as the fight of the century. And it was awful.
8 years ago.
The Canelo fight?
Wow. That was 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me feel old. I don't like it.
Welcome to my world. Because when you said Pac-Man Jones is 38, I went, oh, he's younger than I am. I don't like that at all.
Nope.
Retired football player that is younger than I am. Doesn't make me feel too good. Adam Black says Kamaru Usman is talking about fighting Canelo Alvarez.
That would not go well. Canelo Alvarez is not somebody that you want to play fight with.
Yeah. Although Usman, he's a bad man.
Yeah, he is, but he doesn't get to use his feet in this.
That's right. He doesn't
because I promise you, Canelo's not getting into a cage with him.
Right.
This would be a boxing exhibition.
Mm-hmm.
I want to just never.
Why can't you get the
word
boxers in the ring? Why? Come on.
Because that is a horrible idea.
Of course it is.
That is a terrible idea, and
it's
none
a
of them
sport.
will ever do it.
Right, because it's a tougher sport.
We didn't get a chance to talk about this yesterday because we were so consumed with football.
Right.
The Michael Chandler Justin Gaethje fight.
It was
That's
phenomenal.
top 5 greatest UFC fights I've ever seen.
Phenomenal. I watched that entire fight. Like normally, like I'm watching a fight and I'm just like, playing on my phone or checking Twitter or whatever, just kind of gazing at it. I was locked in for every live second of that fight. They were just hammering away at each other. I was thoroughly entertained. I think it was the best fight on the entire card. The Rose Namajunas.
It was just a good card overall.
What is it? Zongwelli? Zongwelle or I don't know.
Zongwelle.
Yeah. That fight was pretty good as well.
Mm-hmm. It was a great card.
Mm-hmm.
Great card. It's without a doubt the best card of the year.
Oh, no doubt. I'm in complete agreement on that one.
Thankfully, I made some of my doubloons back on that card. College football was not great to me. But
it didn't go your way.
Thank you, NC State, and thank you, UFC Fight Card, for you're why we're still trending in the right direction.
Yep. I didn't have the heart to wager on my Tar Heels this weekend, and I'm glad I didn't have the heart to wager on my Bulldogs because I'd have lost that one.
I did in a parlay, and it's the grossest 3-team parlay I've ever hit in my life.
What was it?
Let's see. It was Missouri. I had 3 teams that were all catching more than 30. And I just went, no, that's stupid. And so I put just a little bit.
Well, good for you. Missouri plus 38.5. That was really going out on the ledge there. I mean, it could have gone either way.
Oh, 100%.
It was 37.
And trust me, it was. There was a lot of gnashing of teeth and being very worried.
Mm-hmm. Coming up in the next hour, we will talk about the college football playoff rankings. We'll have the new ranking out tonight, along with the start of college basketball, which we will also give you a little preview of the college basketball season. We will have UNC basketball here on ESPN Asheville tonight, 6 o'clock pregame, 7 o'clock with the tip-off as the Tar Heels start off the season against Loyola, Maryland.
I also have your first 2 college basketball picks of the season that you can take to betus.com. Use promo code SPORTSOCRACY. They will give you 125% of your initial deposit in free play tokens. Mm-hmm. What that means is if you deposit $100, they will give you $125 that you can put on both college basketball games that I'm getting ready to give you a pick for in the next segment. If you're a Carolina fan, you're not going to like what I'm getting ready to say. It has nothing to do with Carolina, but you are really not going to like what I'm about to say.
Oh, you're going to talk about Duke?
I am. And there's not going to be a lot of negative said.
Put a lot of faith into that Blue Devil train on the last year of Coach K. It sounds very narrative-y.
No, not a narrative.
They're just going to be that good.
I'll tell you in a minute.
Old, what's his name?
Paulo
Banchero.
Banchero.
Yeah, Paulo Banchero. He is across the board. I've looked at every prognostication that is widely out there. He is sweeping the postseason awards for the ACC. Player of the Year and Newcomer of the Year.
Yeah, he'll sweep them for pretty much everything in college basketball.
Yeah.
And then he'll be the number 1 pick in the draft next year.
You're in the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. We got Greene on Greene coming up next. Don't forget to go to thesportsocracy.com. Click on the live video. Yes, we are live every weekday afternoon now on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. Join the House of Reprehensibles so you can see the last call coming up in just a little over an hour. Jeremy, he's going to have to pay off on that torture ticket because he took the Kansas City Chiefs to cover a full touchdown against the Green Bay Packers, and it did not happen. And oh, what Andy Reid had to say today about his team. We'll talk about that coming up later on in the program as well. But get in now so you can join us for the last call, which we do live on YouTube right after this here program. Greene on Greene is coming up next. Join the action as the Asheville Championship takes place at Harris Cherokee Center, Asheville on November 12th and 14th. The tournament will feature Minnesota, Princeton, South Carolina, and Western Kentucky as the inaugural field. Get your tickets now at all Ingalls Markets locations. Be part of the action and follow along as it all starts in Asheville. Don't miss the inaugural Asheville Championship, November 12th and 14th at Harris Cherokee Center, Asheville.
Hey guys, I'm Ziggy, your local Philly girl, owner of Ziggy's Bakery and Deli. I've created a traditional northern deli with only the most authentic cheesesteaks outside of Philadelphia, served with provolone, white American, or Cheese Whiz. Our other classic deli sandwiches are made with the best quality meats and cheeses, available sliced by the pound. Join us for breakfast for house-made bagels with our custom cream cheeses. Or for something heartier, try a pork roll, egg, and cheese or house-cured lox. Ziggy's Bakery and Deli, in the corner of Asheville Commons, 1550 Hendersonville Road, open 8 to 3, Tuesday through Saturday.
Right now, you can download the SiriusXM app and try it out free. Plug into over 350 channels, packed with ad-free music, plus comedy, news, talk, Howard Stern, live sports, and more. Create personalized Pandora stations and dive into the best collection of podcasts curated just for you. So download the SXM app now, try it out, and enjoy all the great entertainment we have to offer free.
Xfinity Flex is going all out this November. We're talking exciting premieres, action-packed sports, music, and exclusive free shows. Are you ready? We're serving up awesome live sports from Peacock at no extra cost. Epic premieres like The Harder They Fall on Netflix, and free entertainment from Starz, Zumo, and more. The excitement doesn't end there. Turn up the music with iHeartRadio's Sweater Weather playlist to get the good times going. We're going all out, all in one place with Xfinity Flex. Just say Fall Calendar into your voice remote.
When you needed your mom, she was always there with the Vicks Vapor Rub. She used that soothing scent to calm you. And her mom used it to calm her. And her mom, well, you get the idea. Vicks Vapor Rub's always been there. It always made you feel better. And today, it still does. Bring back those childhood memories with the comfort and care only Vicks Vapor Rub can bring. Vicks Vapor Rub, family tradition for a reason.
What has fluffy brioche buns, crunchy pickles, tasty mayo, a crispy fried chicken fillet, and the perfect amount of spice? Any guesses? Bingo! The spicy Kentucky Fried Chicken Sandwich. Go on and get yourself a bite of the only spicy chicken sandwich that's finger-licking good. So, what are you waiting for? Order the spicy KFC sandwich on the KFC app today for just $3.99. At participating locations only. Prices may vary. Tax extra.
Make sure your hands are free, because you're going to need them to win $1,000.
Awesome! Thank you so much!
At least 12 times a day, weekdays.
Oh my God!
Keep listening for the keyword to text in to win $1,000 in your hand.
Brought to you by Cheerwine. Nothing goes better with authentic Southern food than the soft drink Cheerwine. You've never had a Cheerwine? Try some local flavor today. It's Southern Food's trusty cherry sidekick. Cheerwine, uniquely Southern.
I believe real estate isn't about properties. It's about people. I am Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, serving all of Western North Carolina. Navigating the home buying and selling journey can feel overwhelming at times, and that's why having an agent who cares about you and your needs is key. I'm a native of Western North Carolina, and I close over a home a week. I'm an expert in the market, pricing my sellers correctly to net you the most money, and working as a skilled negotiator for my buyers. Please give me a call today at 828-774-6343 to set up a complimentary market analysis.
coffees, the closers only.
Get them the money. Then when you get the money, you get the power.
That watch costs more than your car.
Then when you get the power, then you get the woman.
A 1-3 Monday night has me off to a very slow start for the week. But college basketball's here, and I love college basketball. You can take all these picks to betus.com, promo code SPORTSOCRACY. They will give you 125% of your initial deposit at your initial deposit. There are 2 games in the Champions Classic tonight. And I found a very weird stat about that I did not know.
Okay.
This has become like the premier kickoff basketball classic. They're always elite teams, and this year's no different. In the last 6 years this event was played, there have been 11 teams favored, 1 pick'em. The 11 favorites have only covered 3 times.
Really?
And I'm going to use that to my advantage one time, and I'm going to completely throw it out the window for the other. The first one, the Kansas Jayhawks take on Michigan State. Michigan State's a 4.5-point dog. There is a lot of unknown with these teams. Mm-hmm. Remy Martin, the transfer from Arizona State's at Kansas. I think this is one of the premier teams in all of college basketball. They're going to be really good. Laying this many points on a neutral site in an opening tournament is a fool's errand. I'm not going to tell you Kansas not going. I'm not going to say they can't cover it. I just don't think they will. I'm taking Sparty plus the 4.5. The Duke Blue Devils take on the Kentucky Wildcats tonight. They are a 3-point favorite. Hey, you remember that stat I said about favorites covering in this? Mm-hmm. Duke is 2 of the 3 favorites that have covered in this. And I think they're going to do it tonight. Duke's the most talented team in all of college basketball. They have 3 top 25 recruits, including the universally respected number 1 premier player in this class, Paulo Banchero. This is just a ridiculously talented team. One thing I do like, the over-under in this game is 148.5, excuse me. Mm-hmm. There are going to be extended periods where the offense looks clunky. This is just what happens when you have this many young players. Think about Kentucky over the years and how they look early on and realize that basically Vegas is saying this should be a mid-70s game. I don't buy it. I'm taking under the 148.5, and I'm taking Duke to cover the 3. Finally, tonight in the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks are a 6-point favorite at the horribly depleted Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers are starting some combination of Tyrese Maxey, Seth Curry, Furkan Korkmaz, Danny Green, and Andre Drummond tonight. Oh, but Milwaukee's been so bad. I don't care. That's not nearly enough. I'm taking the Bucks minus the 6.
Go and do likewise, gents. The money's out there. You pick it up, it's yours. You don't, I got no sympathy for you.
Furkan Korkmaz.
The greatest DFS pain in the tuchus there's ever been in the history of DFS.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Furkan Korkmaz is great for one of those nights where you build just a perfect lineup, and you're like, oh, it's so good. Mm-hmm. And then he hits 8 threes.
I mean, won't this...
you go, oh, wait, who in the world had him?
But won't this 76ers team look so much better with Jaylen Brown?
Stop that.
That's the latest rumor if you haven't been paying attention to the NBA rumor mill of the Boston Celtics want Ben Simmons. But the only way to get him would be to give up Jaylen Brown, who they're basically building their franchise on Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Do you really think that the Boston Celtics are going to give up Jaylen Brown to get headache Ben Simmons? No.
Depending on what else they could get, I'm not completely averse to it. They're just not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's Brad Stevens now. It's not Danny Ainge, but at the end of the day, you came away from the hoarding of draft picks with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. If you move one of them, you have to get more than headache Ben Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
He's just not worth that at this point. But I will say with that Bucks-Sixers game tonight, I want you to think about something.
Okay.
Bobby Portis plays predominantly 15 feet away from the basket or further.
Mm-hmm.
He's being defended by Andre Drummond. For those of you not in the NBA know, I'm pretty sure that I could score 20 points on Andre Drummond if I kept him 15 feet away from the basket.
Is he on the Monkey Knife Fight tonight?
He is not, but that is the game we're playing.
Go to monkeyknifefight.com for daily fantasy sports props fun. It's very easy. Just go to monkeyknifefight.com, create yourself an account, make your deposit, and they will match it up to $50 and give you a $5 free play just for using our promo code TANK, T-A-N-K, at monkeyknifefight.com. And that $5 free play you could use on tonight's matchup.
I think this is the easiest free money monkey knife fight I've ever seen.
Okay.
I am playing the more or less 4x multiplier between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Milwaukee Bucks. I will take less than 28.5 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. I will take less than 16.5 points for Tyrese Maxey. That will take your $50 buy-in and turn it into a $200 prize.
Well, you just think Giannis doesn't have to score that much?
Well, they're going to blow them out.
Mm-hmm.
They have a full – the only one missing is Chris Middleton. Tyrese Maxey, who's defending him? Drew Holiday.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to be who scores the points.
Okay.
I like Shake Milton off the bench. To me, I looked at this and went, oh, this is a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Less than 28.5 for Giannis Antetokounmpo, less than 16.5 for Tyrese Maxey.
All right, we'll talk college sports in the second hour here. We'll talk college football playoff rankings. We'll give you hours before the official Week 2 college football playoff rankings come out tonight. Also, we'll talk some college basketball with everything tipping off.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
High pressure across Carolina has given us some gorgeous weather here. We're talking about a parade of mid-70s into the midweek forecast, not too far off of records. 43 degrees our low tonight. Wednesday, sunshine and 74 degrees. Boy, the weather just absolutely gorgeous here. Doesn't feel like November. Do have a front that comes in with half-inch rains Thursday, high 58, and cools us down into the weekend ahead. I'm meteorologist Scott Lauriamore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Make more holiday at Lowe's with savings on select major appliances, plus free local delivery over $396. Home to any budget, home to any possibility. Appliance offer restrictions and other fees may apply. See store for details. Valid through 11/17/21.
The original stuffed crust from Pizza Hut is so cheesy you'll want to eat it backwards. But what if we played this song backwards?
One topping, just $12.99.
No one outpizzas the Hut. Ask for a limited time offer. Not available in some locations. Exclusions apply. Extra charge for more toppings and extra cheese.
The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. St. Nicholas and my family, they'll all be here.
The holidays are coming, and so are the guests. Are you sure your home's ready? Let Over the Moon Cleaning Services do the heavy lifting for you. Right now, Over the Moon is offering Sportsocracy listeners 20% off a deep clean when you schedule bi-weekly or weekly cleanings. Call them today at 585-0146 and book a free estimate. 585-0146.
iHeartRadio's 2022 Podcast Award nominees are waiting for you to start your binge.
The iHeartRadio Podcast of the Year award goes to...
Tap play on Podcast of the Year nominees like Stuff You Should Know and Smartless. Check out True Crime Podcast nominees like Dr. Death and To Live and Die in L.A. The Best Comedy Podcasts, Best News Podcasts, and over 20 other categories featuring the best of the best. Open the free iHeart app and tap podcasts to start binging today. iHeart. Discover music, radio, and podcasts you'll love.
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville. WPEK, W225, CJ Fairview, WMXM, Waynesville.
The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
Is clearing those waivers. He'll be an unrestricted free agent and can sign with any team. The Browns will have to pay Beckham $4.25 million for the remainder of this season. Browns running back Nick Chubb tested positive for COVID-19. Since he is vaccinated, he needs 2 negative tests in a 24-hour period to play against the Patriots on Sunday. The farewell season of Duke coach Mike Krzyzewski beginning tonight when his 9th-ranked Blue Devils go up against number 10 Kentucky in the Champions Classic. This Duke team certainly has a chance to send Coach K into retirement with a 6th national title, believes ESPN's LaFonso Ellis.
Paolo Banchero, who's 6'10", physical. He can rip and run, get it up the floor, make decisions. He can play this back to the basket and knock down the three. So at every position, and you consider Mark Williams, his ability to be able to go up and block shots. They can shoot the basketball from the perimeter. Defensively, they're going to be up and in, forcing turnovers, getting out in transition.
Coverage of Duke and Kentucky, 9:30 Eastern, ESPN Radio and ESPN TV.
Getting paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit is another reason banking with Capital One is one of the easiest decisions in the history of decisions. That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One N.A., member FDIC.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword money to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's money to 200-200.
He's a degenerate gambler.
You are a smelly pirate hooker.
And he's cheaper than oxygen.
He's useless.
But somehow, they make it work. Jeremy Greene, Tank Spencer. There's no holding back in the Sportsocracy. Presented by Ingles Supermarkets and Wicked Weed Brewing.
It's ESPN Asheville. Heard everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Locally, 92.9 FM, 880 AM. And 1400, of course, the Sportsocracy. You can see us now, along with hearing us, on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, link to the live video each and every time that we are live. You can hit that subscribe button so you get all of our content as it comes out and get all those alerts when we go live each and every weekday morning in the Wicked Weed studio at 10 a.m. And also, you can join the House of Reprehensibles, our little membership group. Currently, it says pennies for your thoughts, but we're going to change that here pretty soon.
Yeah, as soon as it doesn't hold it up for 2 days.
We are the Democratic Republic of Sports, and we love to chat with you inside the YouTube chat, but also we'll get your comments live right here on the air. It's the best way to get immediate contact and interaction with the show each and every session that we have in our two-a-days that we run all throughout the football season. Anyhow, this hour of the program brought to you always in the Ingles studio here by Wicked Weed Brewing. Check them out at wickedweedbrewing.com. Wicked Weed Brewing, drink different. College basketball season, it's here. It might be a little early for some. I mean, you get so wrapped up in the football season with college and pro, and basketball season has arrived. We will have Tar Heel basketball tonight here on ESPN Asheville as they kick off the season. You know, with the easy matchup, going up against Loyola, Maryland. Duke, they don't get so much of an easy matchup tonight as they got to take on a top 10 team in the Kentucky Wildcats. And the big question is, what's going to be in store for this season? How excited are you for college basketball season? As a Tar Heel fan, there's always that unknown of what are we going to be this year. But not only do you have that this year, you also have what is this going to look like without Roy Williams, without a Hall of Fame coach on the sideline. Hubert Davis obviously taking over the job. You got a lot of players back from last year. Garrison Brooks, he's no longer here.
Moved on to Mississippi State.
Yeah, Walker Kessler, he's gone. He's at Auburn now. But you still have, Caleb Love and what he could become. R.J. Davis, who is, supposed to be the sharpshooter from outside. Armando Bacot is back to, dominate in the paint. And then you got these, what do you call them? Stretch forwards, combo forwards. Brady Manick coming over from Oklahoma, Jeremy's favorite player who has a mullet.
Oh, yeah. If you're a fan of mulleted individuals like I am, Brady Manick is going to be right up your alley.
Right. You got the you got the McCoy kid, Justin McCoy, coming from Virginia. There was another transfer from Pittsburgh, Dawson Garcia, who just tortured Carolina when he came down to Chapel Hill last year in the COVID season. I got a lot of high hopes for this team. I mean,
it's a very deep team.
It is, and it's a very experienced team as well. They may not be as experienced together, but you add in some of that, the veteran feel with the transfer portal.
You still haven't said Leaky Black's name. I think he's been at Carolina for 14 years.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed that there's always a player like that in ACC basketball? There's a player that you look at and go, how in the world have you only been here for 4 years?
Mm-hmm.
Florida State had I can't remember his name now. It was back in the early 2000s. I think he played for us for 11 years. And nobody noticed it because we're bad and nobody cared.
Yeah. I mean, once you're a top 25 program, like you are now,
we are.
People start to remember.
Asheville native Caleb Mills to run the point for my fighting 2022 NBA champion Florida State Seminoles.
He's from Asheville?
Yeah, he went to T.C. Robertson. Did you not know that?
I don't think I knew that.
Caleb Mills went to T.C. Robertson.
The kid from Houston?
Yeah. ACC or AAC preseason player of the year?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to D.C. Robertson. How did
I
know
knew
that and you didn't?
I mean, I'm sure I did at some point, but I've slept since then.
I'm going to be really honest with you. I'm going to be really honest with you.
Right.
If you're an ACC fan, this is a year that should be really exciting to you because there are a slew of talented teams in the ACC.
Mm-hmm.
This is not going to be a cakewalk for Duke. I know this is Duke's, this is Krzyzewski's swan song. That Carolina team is really deep.
Mm-hmm.
Florida State is really deep. Virginia.
Right.
One of my favorite things I have heard anybody and I would give credit here if I could think of who it was that wrote this. If you put Clemson on Virginia's jerseys, they would be like in the 70s. That team's not very good, but everybody thinks they are.
No, it's because it's Tony Bennett.
Yeah, that's a low-key Jeremy way of saying I'm going to bet against them 1 billion times.
It's because it's Tony Bennett, and regardless of what you think their experience or prowess is going to be on the court, Tony Bennett always puts out a good product. I mean, good's a relative term because nobody likes watching Virginia basketball.
No, it's kind of like watching paint dry, but
yeah, I mean, it's like watching old footage of George Mikan and Bob Cousy playing in the NBA.
Look at the movement. They only hold the ball for 2 minutes at a time. This fast-paced, upbeat offense.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they take it back to Peach Basket basketball, but they're always competitive, and they're still going to be top 4 in the ACC probably. I mean,
Virginia,
Louisville.
I don't agree.
Louisville's going to be very good.
Louisville's good. Florida State's good. Duke's good. Carolina's good.
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be another one come from
Virginia
somewhere.
Tech.
Virginia Tech's not going to be bad.
Kive Aluma.
And
it's going to be his super senior season.
And I'm going to tell you this. It's not because we know the guy, and it's not because we like the guy. Wake Forest, I don't think they have a player left over from last year. It is you remember that guy that wasn't very good at Wake Forest? Well, he plays not at Wake Forest now.
Right.
Steve Forbes, one of our favorite of all time guests in the history of this show.
Mm-hmm.
Now the head coach at Wake Forest. They're not going to be an easy. I can't tell you how good they're going to be because I would be lying if it would be completely disingenuous if I had a real good feel for how talented that team's going to be.
Right.
But it is. They're all Steve Forbes guys.
Yeah, I think it might be a tough sled for him. But because the class ranking wasn't all that good. I mean, it's not like he's lighting it up on the recruiting trail, but you're right. I mean, he's getting guys that fit his system. He had a lot of players on that team last year that didn't jive with his new way being in his first year. And when everybody said, "Hey, what about the transfer portal?" He went, "Fine. You want to jump ship? Go."
Yeah, yes, that's fine.
Go ahead.
Because, see, the transfer portal, it works both ways. Because
I
can bring players in with that as well.
Exactly. I think Virginia Tech is probably that team that everybody's underselling just because of how good Mike Young had them playing at the end of the year last year. And Kive Aluma came around to be, he was an ACC Player of the Year candidate coming out of the SoCon. And guess what? He got another one. He got another one of his former Wofford Terriers to join that team, Storm Murphy, who was the SoCon Tournament Player of the Year, I believe, the last time we got to see the tournament here in Asheville. Us personally. In the building. But I think that's going to add another level to it. And they'll be able to hit from outside, and I think they're going to put a lot of pressure on the teams at the top of the ACC this year. I'm just so excited to see because I didn't get to see the exhibition game on Friday that the Tar Heels had. I was following it along on Twitter, and I know things didn't get started out well, but the second half, you started to see the guys come along. You started to see them hitting shots and this new focus on perimeter basketball from Hubert Davis.
Yeah, if you've been irritated at Carolina's inability to shoot, that's not a thing anymore.
No, Hubert is, that's the number one. What is he, like second all-time in efficiency three-point shooting in NBA history behind Steph Curry? I think that was the stat.
He's pretty high. I don't know that he's that high.
I think he's somewhere like in that top 5. I remember just seeing the stat and going, are you serious? But anyway, that's what he's going to focus on. He's going to focus on more of a perimeter game offensively this year, and hopefully it doesn't become a brick fest. So I'm excited. I'm not excited that Duke's going to, Duke's highly touted once again. They've got the best freshman in the country coming in.
The only thing you got to be careful with Duke, the veteran, is Wendell Moore, who's a sophomore.
Well,
there is no vet leadership on this team whatsoever. They're
Right.
starting five freshmen.
Right.
Which is, 4 freshmen and Wendell. Which is bizarre for a Duke team. Even as good as they've recruited and all that, they always had that one guy. They don't have that guy. But they are ridiculously talented.
Right. And they're at the top of everybody's list to take home the title in the ACC, which is, that's a good thing. It's a good thing for non-Duke fans because I think the stat goes in the last 8 years, the team that was picked to win the ACC preseason didn't do it. It was somebody different. And I think 6 of those times it's been Duke, which makes me happy. It just warms the cockles of my heart.
Of course it does.
Big question in college basketball this year is this the year that Mark Few and the Gonzaga Bulldogs can finally win a national championship?
They're ridiculously talented, too.
You would thought after last year there were no excuses anymore. You had Jalen Suggs and Drew Timme, and that team was just absolutely loaded. And guess what? They've done it again. They're getting Chet Holmgren in, who played really well in the Olympics or the 18 and under or whatever it was. It was like the Junior Olympics. He played really well in the Junior Olympics. And you pair him up with Drew Timme again. You mentioned guys who have been in college basketball for 10 years. It seems like Drew Timme's been around for 10 years.
Yeah, he's not one of those. No, I've seen him for long enough. It's time. This is your last year. That's fine. But he's not one of those that I'm like, I swear to you, he got here in 2008.
Can you think of one?
Off the top of your head? Oh, one that people would know. I feel like Cherokee Parks played at Duke for about 19 years.
No, I'm saying like in college basketball right now.
Oh, that's there now?
Yeah.
Leaky Black is the best one I can think of. I feel like he's been at Carolina since about 1997.
I know he hasn't because he has been the target of my ire for the last 4 years, and I'm,
Going into this year, there's 3 primary teams you need to know because they're the 3 best teams in the country, and anybody that argues with me on this is just flat out wrong.
Okay, Gonzaga's number 1.
Where's my bill? Oh. There it is.
UCLA?
No. I'll get to UCLA in a minute.
Okay.
Kansas number 2.
Kansas number 2.
Kansas added the best transfer in the country. You can give me Marcus Carr all you want to, but Remy Martin's the best transfer that moved from any team to any team, and that team was already loaded anyway.
Averaged somewhere like 20 points a game for Arizona State. Yeah.
The other one's Texas.
Texas
has unbelievable amounts. I think they have 8 transfers that are going to play high-level minutes this year.
Okay.
If you go back and look at the transfer rankings, I think they got 6 of the top 20. And Marcus Carr is one of those.
Yeah.
That is going to be a fun team to watch with Chris Beard now taking over, leaving Texas Tech, going to Texas.
Are they going to be as good defensively as Chris Beard teams have been known to be?
Chris Beard teams have always been good defensively. That's just one of those things that I look at it and go, you'll figure that out.
I mean, that's what carried Texas Tech to the national championship game a few years back. It was the defense. It wasn't so much the offense.
Oh, absolutely. And that's going to happen again. But this is going to be a really potent team.
Yeah.
Texas is that one team you just don't want to play.
So those are your top 3 in college basketball?
That's my top 3 with a bullet. And if there's one that you should probably bet the under on, it's UCLA. Because people are falling for that, and they're forgetting you should have lost to Michigan State. You went on a sweet little run there, and that's all well and good. You almost missed the tournament.
Yep.
You almost got knocked out in the first 4. Oh, sweet. You ran all the way to the Final 4. Yeah, teams do that. That is not the second best team in the country. I got news for you, and anything you want to lay on that, I will go with you on it.
Yeah. What? That they won't make the Final 4?
No, they're going in at 2. I would love to know who the 8 people in the AP poll that voted UCLA 1 are. Because we need to talk. Because you shouldn't have a vote.
Is that all Mick Cronin's family?
I guess. It's Bill Walton 8 times. And the two coaches, you don't get votes anymore either.
Right.
If you didn't vote Gonzaga number one, you don't have a vote anymore.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you said it, and I'm glad I don't have to be the one to say it, because that was going to be – if you came in here saying, oh, UCLA is the greatest team out there, now, come on.
No, this is one of those gambler things where we're looking at it going, are you doing this to mess with us? Because this is the greatest layup ever.
I mean, I look at Johnny Juzang, and he's a great player. He's a great college basketball player.
I'm saying they're not that good.
Right. But you're right. This was a team that barely got into the tournament. They got hot at the right time. I think it went into just a 1-point game against Michigan State.
Yeah.
In the first four.
Yep.
So they went from first four to Final Four on a wing and a prayer. And sometimes that happens in college basketball.
And they were very good. And I'm not trying to undersell that. But the sheer fact that they're two is comical to me.
Where would you have them in your top 25 preseason?
UCLA? Probably in the early teens.
Wow. Okay, now that's a little aggressive.
Well, there's just several teams that are crazy talented.
Mm-hmm.
Duke should be in your top 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Carolina should probably be in the top 10. And then there's a couple others. Memphis is ridiculously talented.
Right, they got Imoni Bates.
If Penny Hardaway is half of the coach that we want him to be, that's a second weekend of the NCAA tournament team. Because they are crazy talented. Michigan, they've recruited at just an insanely high level.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, I look at UCLA and go, there's probably 10 teams I like better than you. Alabama, they're just really good.
Yeah.
They just play differently. There are two speeds with Alabama basketball. It's either a shot at the rim or it's a three-pointer.
Mm-hmm.
And that has just messed people up for 2 years now with Nate Oates. Plus, I really, really like Nate Oates.
Right. Arkansas is another team that I really, really like.
They have a lot of moving pieces.
Mm-hmm.
That's a team that's going to be really good, or they'll let you down. And with
they never do.
And his name
with
just
Nick Musselman.
Eric Musselman.
Eric Musselman. I don't know Nick Musselman.
Is that the guy that gave you the
yeah, he made the crawfish.
Bugs?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he gave you the crawfish that I'm going to have to eat after the show.
By the way, find us on YouTube, subscribe, and join the House of Reprehensibles, the membership group on
You're really
YouTube.com.
wanting a lot of people to join this so they get to watch me do this.
I am. I really want people to see this, because as much as you took joy in my pain last week with me having to eat wasabi, now you're seeing what the tables are turned.
I do not believe I took any joy. I believe I sat over here, to myself.
I mean, we could play that video back. There's a lot of, dare I say, cackling that was coming from the other side of that desk.
Well,
yeah.
I could neither confirm nor deny these allegations.
I absolutely love college basketball. And the fact that the season is kicking off the way it is with these two huge games tonight with Kansas and Michigan State and Duke and Kentucky. I do have
you got another one Saturday. Gonzaga plays Texas on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, college basketball is not messing around. They're like, we could limp in there with a bunch of also-rans playing the heavy hitters, or we can just let them play each other. How's that sound?
That's what we all want to see. We all want to see the best teams play the best teams. How many times have we, railed against Duke and, Duke fans against North Carolina for padding the schedule with easy games to start out the season? You don't get as much of that anymore. All these teams involved in these big money preseason tournaments and stuff, they're going to match up. They're going to have some great matchups. What's that little smile on your face?
I'm not being defended by the chat thread.
Yes.
Apparently, the laughed uncontrollably. I'm also being told I got off easily. Look, just because you like them does not mean that I do. All right, I have a rule. I don't like to eat anything that still has its face.
Uh-huh.
I don't like my food to look at me.
And I can't wait to see you sucking on that crawfish head coming up in just about, I don't know,
45 minutes.
50 minutes or so. I mean, I do have to make sure that I'm not going to give them to you cold or nothing. I'm going to make sure that they're warmed up, that they're finely prepared. The crab du jour on Tunnel Road has already done the legwork. I just got to kind of reheat them up.
They did them right. It's
of course
just,
they did.
This is a protein that I don't like this.
Don't forget to join us for The Last Call, strictly on YouTube and strictly for the members of the House of Reprehensibles. It is the Sportsocracy, the Democratic Republic of Sports. We will continue the college sports talk coming up next.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
High pressure across Carolina has given us some gorgeous weather here. We're talking about a parade of mid-70s into the midweek forecast, not too far off of records. 43 degrees our low tonight. Wednesday, sunshine and 74 degrees. Boy, the weather just absolutely gorgeous here. Doesn't feel like November. Do have a front that comes in with half-inch rains Thursday, high 58, and cools us down into the weekend ahead. I'm meteorologist Scott Lauriamore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This is your time saver traffic on the new ESPN Asheville.
North Carolina Highway Patrol reporting an accident 40 westbound near the 26-240 split, Malfunction Junction. 26 eastbound stop and go between Long Shoals Road and Airport Road. Again, 26 eastbound is stop and go between Upward Road and Ozone Drive. 26 westbound is very busy as you approach Chimney Rock Road. Smoky Park Highway northbound approaching Sand Hill Road delays. Near Avery Creek, Brevard Road southbound approaching Long Shoals Road is slow. Sweeten Creek Road northbound approaching Mills Gap Road delays. I'm Lee Benfield with your time saver traffic.
This report is sponsored by BioNTech and Pfizer. Come rain or shine. High winds or mild breezes. Blue skies or gray. It's a great time to consider getting vaccinated against COVID-19. Brought to you by BioNTech and Pfizer.
Join the action as the Asheville Championship takes place at Harris Cherokee Center, Asheville on November 12th and 14th. The tournament will feature Minnesota, Princeton, South Carolina, and Western Kentucky as the inaugural field. Get your tickets now at all Ingalls Markets locations. Be part of the action and follow along as it all starts in Asheville. Don't miss the inaugural Asheville Championship, November 12th and 14th at Harris Cherokee Center, Asheville.
Are you 65 or older and haven't had a colonoscopy? Join a colon cancer screening study and you could earn up to $575.
I'll screen.
It's a study for a non-invasive way to screen for colon cancer from home. By joining, you can help advance the science of screening.
I'll screen too.
You'll just need to provide a stool sample, and a colonoscopy will be done through your own insurance. Enroll now and screen to help create a better future for all.
I'll screen.
I'll screen.
Let's all screen for colon cancer.
Visit screeningstudy.com to sign up or learn more. That's screeningstudy.com.
What has fluffy brioche buns, crunchy pickles, tasty mayo, a crispy fried chicken fillet, and the perfect amount of spice? Any guesses? Bingo! The Spicy Kentucky Fried Chicken Sandwich. Go on and get yourself a bite of the only spicy chicken sandwich that's finger-licking good. So, what are you waiting for? Order the Spicy KFC Sandwich on the KFC app today for just $3.99. At participating locations only. Prices may vary. Tax extra.
It's the 2021 Pro Football Challenge. Make your picks now for this week's games. Weekly winners get a $50 gift card to Asheville Pizza and Brewing. All weekly winners go into a drawing for a getaway trip to Kiowa Island Golf Resort. Make your picks now at ESPNAVL.com.
Real estate isn't about properties, it's about people. I'm Clarissa Marshall with eXp Realty, your native realtor serving all of Western North Carolina. I will work hard for you, and I believe in doing the right thing every time. I market each of my listings to reach out-of-town buyers. I use a professional photographer and drone video on every single listing, as well as collaborate with agents across the country to find your buyer. Check me out online at clarissasellswnc.com. My pleasure to assist you through the real estate process.
The Sportsocracy.
Pull up your pants, take off the bra, and be a man.
And eat some mud bugs, man.
Ugh.
God, you're being such a baby about it. I mean, it'd be different if I was asking you to eat something that could do bodily harm to you, like, I don't know, wasabi.
It could. It has a face. I'm out.
They're dead.
Oh, by the way.
Yeah.
Breaking news. We have breaking news.
Ooh, breaking news.
Who's gonna break the news?
Yeah.
Who's gonna break the news?
Ha.
Who's gonna break the news? Who's gonna break the news?
This is per every NFL insider in the world. Odell Beckham officially unclaimed. On waivers. Wah, wah.
Oh, nobody decided to pay him $7.5 million, and so that means the Cleveland Browns are going to have to pick up, I believe it was reported, $4.5 million they will now have to pay of his remaining salary for the year, and and Odell Beckham Jr. is now free to sign with any team in the NFL.
Officially a free agent for the first time in his career.
He really, really, really wants to join the Green Bay Packers. And the Green Bay Packers really, really, really don't want to bring that into their locker room.
100%. There's going to be several teams that feel that way.
We have enough on our plates. Our quarterback is giving us enough drama. We don't need Odell Beckham Jr. to come in here as well. Now, could that still happen? Obviously. Obviously, it could still happen. But apparently the Seahawks and the Saints.
Those
are the two teams that are in the running.
Which means if you could take his criteria of he wants to play for a contender, no one. Because neither of those teams are contenders.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really not all that close.
Oh, wow. Ian Rappaport? No, that's not true. Never mind.
Yeah.
That's a fake account.
Don't get duped.
Sorry.
2 P's in Rappaport.
2 P's in Rappaport. I was going to say surprisingly enough, that didn't take long. But no, that's a fake account. You always got to look for those check marks and the correct spelling on those. We will let you know if anybody does jump up and get him immediately off of the free agency pile, as Odell Beckham Jr. has cleared waivers in the NFL. Also, the report coming out of Cleveland is that the running back room is stricken with the COVID, and Nick Chubb has tested positive, and so has Demetric Felton. So if you didn't release him already from your fantasy team, Dearness Johnson.
Well, here's the thing. They're both vaccinated, and I feel very sure Nick Chubb's going to be back by Sunday.
Okay.
All he's got to do, 2 negative tests in the next
outside
of 24 hours. It's the reason we didn't talk about it until now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, without him, now that could be now Dearness Johnson is the free space on the wheel.
Right. College basketball season kicks off tonight, 6 o'clock here on ESPN Asheville, the Tar Heel Radio Network, with the regular season opener, Tar Heels against Loyola, Maryland. Don't miss it. All the action right here on ESPN Asheville all season long. Of course, we will also be bringing you Friday, the doubleheader of the Asheville Championship at Harris Cherokee Center, Asheville. Ingalls Supermarkets, you can get your tickets there. They are one of the main sponsors of the Asheville Championship. Also, Wicked Weed Brewing, who also sponsors this year program. They're the official craft beer of the Asheville Championship. Minnesota, Princeton, Western Kentucky, and South Carolina going to tip it off in 4 games at the Harris Cherokee Center, Asheville. 2 on Friday, 2 on Sunday, and we will have all the coverage for you right here. I'll be doing the pregame and score updates and halftime updates, and Brian Hall will be on the call from the Harris Cherokee Center, Asheville, and we will be live at the Harris Cherokee Center, Asheville on Friday doing our show as well. College basketball tip-off, though. Some things you might have forgotten. Coaching changes. Big coaching changes in college basketball this year. Now, you say you think Chris Beard can take his team to a national championship? Or at least close?
They're that talented.
At Texas, going from Texas Tech to Texas. Of course, you got Shaka leaving Texas to go to Marquette.
Yep, and it's completely irrelevant.
Irrelevant.
Because that team is not relevant.
Okay. Porter Moser getting the big time job at Oklahoma. They're in the top 25.
They are,
and so that should be fun to watch that happen. And of course, you got Hubert taking over at Carolina.
No, they're not in the top 25.
I thought they were.
You said that, and I went, that doesn't sound right. No, they're not in the top 25.
I thought Oklahoma was.
No,
Oklahoma State.
Nope,
is in the top 25.
They're not. Oklahoma didn't even receive a vote.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Well, half the team transferred out. That does tend to hurt.
Yeah. I could have swore I saw them in the top 25 somewhere. No. Anyway. It's going to be a fun season. It's going to be a real fun season. College football playoff rankings come out tonight. We will give you our rankings coming up next. But first, let's get weird.
on the weird scale. There's Vegas, there's Florida, and there's Asheville. Let's get weird, Asheville.
And I'm going to tell this story anyway. Jeremy didn't think it was too funny, but I thought it was absolutely hilarious.
Of course you did, because you laugh at everything.
There was a string of break-ins in Utah at elementary schools. Apparently, 6 schools got broken into, and it was very, very like Mission Impossible type break-ins. They didn't just, bust open a window and crawl in and steal things. No, the 2 suspects in the case, both one's 18 years old, one's 19 years old, both from Sandy, Utah, and they were breaking into local schools through the ceilings. They had rappelling gear that they were coming down through skylights and stuff, like I said, Mission Impossible style. And they were basically just teenagers doing random things. And the funniest part of the story to me is like they highlight all of the things that were taken. There was one school, the first one, that was broken into. The only things missing from the school were 2 giant teddy bears. The way they caught them was, the police started seeing that all of these elementary schools were getting broken into. So what did they start doing? Patrolling around elementary schools. And when they broke into one school last week, they decided that, the alarms went off, and the police responded. And when they showed up, there were 2 young men all dressed in black that were running out of the school carrying giant pink unicorns. Turns out they were chairs that were made up to look like pink unicorns. They caught them. And then, of course, they searched their houses, and what did they find? All of the things that were missing from the schools. These guys are facing 17 different criminal charges for doing this. But I don't know, I get this visual in my mind of just seeing 2 figures all dressed in black carrying giant pink unicorns away from a school, being chased into a local neighborhood. And, these guys are facing a bunch of crimes. But they found laptops. They found a 3D printer that they had taken from one of the schools. And, yes, they have reclaimed all of the stuffed animals that were stolen from these children. It's just, what is this world coming to? Don't do crimes.
My story is also about crimes. Mine is serious crimes. Jason Jones is from upstate New York, and apparently he is a person that was well known to police. And he was well known before he entered the Village of Catskills Police Department last week and got into a confrontation with officers. He appeared intoxicated, and officers used a taser to subdue him. That would not usually be a story that falls into this.
No.
Except before he went into the police department, he covered himself in hand sanitizer. Do you know what hand sanitizer is?
Flammable.
Alcohol. And it's flammable. And it set him on fire.
Oh, no.
He is now in critical condition in a hospital in Syracuse after he was set ablaze by a taser. This is still being investigated. Apparently, he did this before he came in, so they did not see it. And he came in starting a fight with police officers. And when they tased him...
It's never a good idea.
No, just none of this story makes any sense to me. Why would you do that? But, it's a sad story because the kid's in very bad shape. He's a 29-year-old kid from the Village of Catskills. Don't do crimes. Just don't do crimes. Don't do crimes.
So what? Did he announce, hey, I'm covered in alcohol, you can't tase me?
No, he didn't say anything.
Yeah.
He got into a physical fight with officers, and they used a taser to subdue him. And when they did, apparently he was using some kind of a homemade hand sanitizer.
Of course.
Basically, all that is
alcohol.
Grain alcohol.
Yeah.
And it lit him on fire.
Wow.
I saw the story earlier, and that is insane.
That is mind-boggling. Why would you? Why?
I don't. Just don't do crimes.
Right.
All right. Don't do crimes. That covers it all.
A question. Why? Why would you do something like that? It makes absolutely zero sense. Here's one. Here was the runner-up. A new Guinness Book of World Records record has been broken. A Dartmouth University professor has created the largest video game joystick ever made. 10 foot tall. and it is a replica of the classic Atari 2600 video game joystick, and it has been dubbed the largest joystick for video games in the entire world. And when asked why, because of course, why would you create a 10-foot tall joystick for video games? The professor said that video games can be universal and provide people with an opportunity to connect in novel ways. And since, these games are a little outdated and they were usually one-player games, I wanted to make a version that you had to work with others to use this. It's 10 feet tall and weighs 3,000 pounds. I think it's going to take more than 2 people to run this thing. It actually works, though.
I'm still angry that I just found out that you could play 2 players on Duck Hunt. If I had known I could control that bird,
I never knew that.
I would have tortured my friends.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You think you got it? There it goes.
And I agree with Kevin Vick. The only thing I wanted to do was shoot the dog.
That's every person. When I posted that the other day, I bet I got that 50 times.
Yeah, that's all you wanted to do.
That is not nice.
I don't care.
Be nice to the
that
dog.
thing was a jerk. And if you missed those ducks, and he'd pop up with his little snide face to take this, dog. Psh, 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 psh. My mom used to hate the sound of that video game because I'd play it all the time.
I did enjoy Duck Hunt.
Uh-huh.
It was a good game.
And then I would just wildly shoot at the dog when I missed the ducks because he'd laugh at me every time. Jerk. He's the biggest bully of my childhood.
And lie detector test proved that was a lie.
It's not true. I was way bigger than everybody else. I did not get bullied in school.
I believe I do.
Okay, all right. You were
you.
spreading out. And there was a time when I was the tallest kid in my class.
Fourth grade was cool.
Yeah, fourth grade was cool. And then everybody else grew, and Tank was still 5'6" when he graduated from high school.
And now he's 39 years old and still 5'6".
Stop that. College football playoff rankings come out tonight. There's no surprises here. Are there? You think there's going to be a surprise in the college football playoff ranking week 2?
Tonight? I'm going to say no. I mean, we did our rankings, and this is another time that we only have one graphic because we completely agreed with one another.
We completely agreed.
To me, there are now only 8 teams that can make the playoff.
Okay.
We both had Notre Dame at 9. I do not see any shot that they get in.
No, it would take a lot of help in front of them.
I don't think there's enough help to be had. I physically don't think it could happen.
Lose. You need everybody to lose
the problem is that
games.
some of these teams play each other. So it's just not going to happen. So to me, there are only 8 teams that can get in.
Okay.
And the 8th team is the one that lost last week.
Michigan State.
Michigan State would need a small miracle to get in.
All you got to do is win out. Win out, beat Ohio State, win the Big Ten championship. They still hold their fates in their own hands.
Yeah, and I don't know that they do. I don't know that Purdue loss is not so bad that you can't recover it from. Because you got to remember, Purdue's not good.
Okay.
I know the voters fell for them and put them in the top 25. They're not good.
Oregon runs the table, and they got 1 loss. They going to make it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they have a better win.
Yeah,
their win is better than anybody else's.
Not really. They'll have the same big win as Michigan State should they beat Ohio State. And guess what? They lost to Stanford.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same kind of. To me, it's the same argument. To me, it's yes, there was a bad loss, but you also beat some pretty good teams on your way to doing that.
I also don't think this team can go into Columbus and beat Ohio State.
And they may not be able to. All I'm saying is they get lucky, they could make the playoff. Oklahoma Sooners are number 7. They get to play on Baylor, to go to Baylor this week, which is not going to be fun. That's not an easy team.
This is a team I'm very sure is going to lose a game. I don't know which one it is.
I think it could be this weekend.
I do too.
Right.
Baylor coming off a bad loss. I could easily see this being the week that Oklahoma trips up. But they've been so unimpressive. Oh, they beat Texas Tech. There's a lot of people have beaten Texas Tech.
Right.
That's
really,
not new.
Yeah, you can't really.
But you have to go to
it.
Baylor, to Oklahoma State, and play Iowa State. Then would theoretically have to play in the Big 12 title game
against one of those three.
Against one of the three teams that I just said.
Right. It's going to be a hard row to hoe for them, but they're number 7 this week. Number 6 is the Michigan Wolverines.
Their win is still not bad, and they have every opportunity because they still play Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
If Michigan were to run the table and win the conference, I think they would get in. I don't see how they wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the question is, can they do that? And the answer is I don't know.
You don't believe in McNamara that much?
McNamara's fine. There's nothing about Michigan that you run the ball well.
Yeah.
And the defense is pretty impressive up front.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, there's just not a lot that you do that impresses me.
To me, it's hard to believe in, and I'm going to say this, Harbaugh.
I have no problem believing in Harbaugh. I have a problem believing that you're going to get in. I mean, who is their best win? They've beaten absolutely no one.
Mm-hmm. Nebraska, is that their best win?
Probably. If not, it's Wisconsin.
I think Nebraska's better than Wisconsin now.
That's their 2 best wins by a bullet, with a bullet.
Right.
So you have to avoid the trip up this week because they do have to go to Happy Valley and play Penn State.
Yes.
I don't think Penn State can score with them.
I would agree.
So I don't think any of that matters. They go to Maryland. Maryland's not good.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes down to Ohio State. And I think there is a path where the winner of Michigan, Ohio State, is probably going to get in.
Mm-hmm. Number 5.
Solely because look who they're going to have to play in the Big 12 title or the Big 10 title game.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to
Minnesota.
play either Wisconsin, Minnesota, Purdue, or Iowa, who has been unveiled. So I would say whoever wins is probably going to get in.
Could be Purdue. I love the fact that they're calling them the spoiler makers now.
Oh, good gracious.
After beating Michigan State over the weekend, and they're going to have the opportunity to trip somebody else up on their way to the college football playoff. The spoiler makers, they have a chance. I mean, at this point, when you're not in it, that's the best thing you can hope for, is to play spoiler for somebody else. Number 5 this week is the Cincinnati Bearcats, and it's too high.
Yeah, just keep winning.
High.
Just keep winning. Cincinnati keeps winning, they're going to get in. You mark my words, they keep winning, they're going to get in. Should they? No. Will they? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because virtually every one of these teams is going to catch a loss. Some of them are going to catch their second loss.
Mm-hmm.
So all you have to do is keep winning. Are you going to have a good win? No. I mean, Notre Dame.
You'll have Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, who will be 6 or 7 by the time this is all said and done.
Yeah, they run the table. They win the rest of their games. They're going to be in the top 6.
That'll be enough.
Mm-hmm.
That one win will be enough.
Mm-hmm.
There was a ton of gnashing of teeth of, how did we put Cincinnati 6? They're undefeated. Just keep winning. That's all you have to do. Stop pouting. Keep winning.
It's just ridiculous.
And preferably, put a team away. Win impressively just once.
This is why I can't get behind Cincinnati, is because they don't do that. And I would have a whole lot more respect for them if they were in a better conference and they were actually playing real competition. But no, they're playing teams that, would be dusted by every other team on this schedule or on this in this ranking.
Well, I got news for you. I've said this once, and I will continue to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever catches Georgia, I don't care who it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if it's Ohio State, Oklahoma. They're going to go in there and get dusted.
Yeah,
smoked.
Mm-hmm.
In a usual year, would this happen? No, but this year it will.
Yeah,
solely because none of these high-end teams have a good win. Michigan has no good win. Michigan State's only good win is against Michigan.
Right.
Ohio State, by the time it's all said and done, okay, you beat Michigan, yay.
Well, they will have beaten Michigan. They will have beaten Michigan State.
Yeah,
they will have
Michigan,
beaten Penn State.
And there's a very real possibility that it's going to be a Michigan State team that's carrying 3 losses.
Mm-hmm.
You got to remember how it looks at the end, not how it looks in the moment.
Right.
And I could just easily see that happening.
Mm-hmm. I just don't see any way that Cincinnati makes the playoff. If you have Ohio State.
They're the ones still standing.
Well, I'm saying if you have Oregon and Ohio State, those are the two. If they run the table, I don't see a way that Cincinnati finishes above them.
If Ohio State runs all the way out, they will be in.
Mm-hmm.
If Oregon runs all the way out, I'm not as sure because they do have a bad loss, and their only wins. I mean,
they beat Ohio State.
That win over Ohio State might be enough, but that conference is so bad. Do you realize that there's only one team in that conference that doesn't have 4 or more losses?
Mm-hmm.
That is staggering to think about with 3 games left in the season.
Right.
It is hard to be that bad. But they are.
All right, Cincinnati's number 5. I still think that's too high, but they're 9-0, and you have to put them there.
Mm-hmm.
You absolutely have to put them there. Number 4 is the Ohio State Buckeyes.
The greatest thing that could possibly it would thrill my soul to no end is if they lost to Purdue at home.
Mm-hmm.
Just please, and I know it's not going to happen, but it would make me so happy. It would make me so happy.
Just to put them to bed?
Just because I don't think this team's good.
Mm-hmm.
They're painfully inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
They struggle with teams that they shouldn't, and this would just be done with it. Just be done with it. I feel like Ohio State's going to catch a loss before this is all said and done.
Yeah. I mean, they beat the crap out of Rutgers and Maryland and Indiana.
You know who does that? Everyone that plays them.
Mm-hmm. Except for Cincinnati.
Yeah.
If Cincinnati played them, it wouldn't be the case. But again, they will, if they run the table, they will have, 3 really good top 25 victories. They're going down the stretch of the season. So they're in. Pac-12 champion, Oregon Ducks. They're number 3. Should they catch another loss? Absolutely, they're done. But for now, they have the best win of anybody in college football.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Ohio State, and nobody else has anything close to contend with that.
Nope. So the fact that they haven't beaten anybody else and the rest of their schedule is putrid just doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously you get to 2-1. 2's Alabama, 1's Georgia.
Yep.
And I'm going to say this again. I don't care if Alabama loses to Georgia. They're still going to get in.
2-loss Alabama team gets in.
I don't care. They still get in. They would get in over Ohio State. They would get in over Oklahoma. And they would get in over Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, the eye test matters. And everybody that watches this sport knows that Alabama would beat them senseless.
Even after they struggled with LSU.
I don't care. I do not care. Alabama in a playoff game, playoff setting, Nick Saban, that talent, yeah. I'll put it this way. If Alabama played Oregon right now in a CFP playoff game, they would be a 15-plus point favorite. And I'd take Alabama all day long.
Yep. Alabama plays New Mexico State this week.
Yeah, they don't have anything left.
Which is going to be great. I mean, they do. They have Arkansas. And they have Auburn. And then they have Georgia, which is...
Like I said, they don't have anything left until they play Georgia.
The SEC championship is going to be phenomenal. Georgia's already locked up their spot. Of course, just saying, we've seen it happen before. They stumble in the Iron Bowl. And then how bad does that knock the SEC down?
Oh, well, then you would beat a one team because there's not another SEC team that can make it. It's the hopes of the SEC getting 2 bids on Alabama.
Yep.
There is no chaos theory that could ultimately lead to Texas A&M gets in or something stupid like that.
But Texas A&M, they could if they win the SEC championship. Somehow they were able to beat Georgia and maintain where they're at right now. They would be a 2-loss SEC champion. Could happen. I think it's pretty far out of the realm of possibility at this point, but you never know. So Alabama and Georgia, your top 2, that's not going to change. Do you think this is how the rankings will look tonight?
I do. I think that's exactly how it's going to look.
I do as well. We'll just have to wait and see. And of course, we'll tell you about it if we got a problem. Coming up tomorrow here on ESPN Asheville.
This is your time saver traffic on the new ESPN Asheville.
Light delays, 240 westbound between Charlotte Street and Montford Avenue. 40 westbound light delays between the 26-240 split and Smoky Park Highway. 26 eastbound slow between Long Shoals Road and Airport Road. Again, 26 eastbound, very busy between Upward Road and Ozone Drive. 26 on the westbound side is slow near Hendersonville Road. Again, 26 westbound, light delays between Airport Road and Long Shoals Road. Sweeten Creek Road southbound after the Blue Ridge Parkway to Mills Gap Road is slow. I'm Lyndon Field with your Time Saver Traffic.
From the DuckDuckGo for Privacy Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The Cantina Crispy Melt Taco from Taco Bell has a premium shell made from white corn and a hidden layer of real mozzarella, pepper jack, and cheddar cheeses. And now you're craving one, because when you need a taco, you need a taco. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and Navage? And should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-natural way to clean your nose. It's not a drug, it's more like plumbing. Saline goes in one nostril, around the back of the nose and out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and germs. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. It's the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Over 2 million sold. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Right now, you can download the SiriusXM app and try it out free. Plug into over 350 channels, packed with ad-free music, plus comedy, news, talk, Howard Stern, live sports, and more. Create personalized Pandora stations and dive into the best collection of podcasts curated just for you. So download the SXM app now, try it out, and enjoy all the great entertainment we have to offer free.
The Cantina Crispy Melt Taco from Taco Bell has a premium shell made from white corn and a hidden layer of real mozzarella, pepper jack, and cheddar cheeses. And now you're craving one, because when you need a taco, you need a taco. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only.
Welcome back to the quickest podcast ever, brought to you by Kohl's. Today's topic, Black Friday. I've been training for it all year. Like a marathon? Pretty much. The deals are here, so I made my list. Checked it twice? Yep. And mapped out the best gifts, like sneakers for my husband, toys for my kids, a cozy throw for my sister, and for me, not telling. There's even an extra 15% off, and you can get Kohl's Cash. So you'll go back for more. I've taught you so well.
Select styles. Select deals valid through November 10th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
O'Reilly. Don't miss See Better, Drive Safer month at O'Reilly Auto Parts with great deals on wiper blades, headlight bulbs, and more. Right now, get up to a $20 gift card after mail-in rebate with the purchase of select Sylvania bulbs. Plus, earn double O Rewards points with your purchase. Get ready for the weather ahead during See Better, Drive Safer month at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Pernicious, adjective, having a harmful effect, especially in a gradual or subtle way. Now, Wicked Weed's flagship IPA, winner of a silver medal at the U.S. Open Beer Championships, isn't harmful unless you're a competing IPA. Brewed in the mountains of western North Carolina, Pernicious IPA will destroy your expectations for all others in its class. Pernicious IPA inspires you to enjoy fresh and often. Order up at wickedweedbrewing.com. Wicked Weed, the official craft beer of the Asheville Championship. Drink different, drink responsibly.
The Sportsocracy.
That is some good, clean family fun there, eh, God?
Right you are.
ESPN Asheville, you're in the Sportsocracy. Join us on the YouTube stream each and every afternoon, and of course 10 a.m. every weekday morning for the morning show. Tomorrow we'll be talking NFL Power Rankings 1 through 32. We will give you the rundown of where we think every team stands right now, and the Kansas City Chiefs, they're a fun one. They are a fun one because they're one of those 5-win teams in the AFC right now. And the greatest quote of the day for me was hearing Andy Reid talk about how good his defense has been over the last 4 weeks of the season. That's really what has turned this around for us. Oh, okay. I mean,
or it's that you played Jordan Love, Uncle Rico, Gardner Minshew,
Taylor Heineken.
You played the worst set of quarterbacks in the NFL, and you could have lost 2 of them.
Right. You got pounded by the Tennessee Titans in the middle of this 3 out of 4 wins that you've had, and the other wins that you had weren't really all that impressive. Let's stop talking about how good your defense is, because we all know it's horrible. And you have to mention the defense because your offense ain't that much better anyway.
No, the offense is what scares me. The defense has never been particularly good.
Are you a believer now? Are you a believer in the Manning cast curse? Come on.
I knew you were going to find some way to get those in.
This is now a trend. Josh Allen was the last active player guest on the Manning cast, and then he loses to the Jacksonville Jaguars. There's something serious about this whole Manning cast thing.
There's something about something. I do not know what it is. It is bizarre.
Every active player that has joined the Manning cast this season has lost the next week. And I just don't know what to make of it. You thought Josh Allen, there's no way that Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills are going to lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Guess what? They did.
I didn't even acknowledge it when you said it to me.
Oh, by the way, the FCC has received complaints about the Manning cast. They're really, really upset. Not with all the F-bombs that they were throwing around a couple of weeks ago, but because Eli Manning's flipping the bird. He flipped the bird when they had, was it Jason Kelce? I think they had Jason Kelce on, and he was flipping the bird. And here's one of the quotes. One of the complaints was, I lost it. Where did it go? Anyway, here it is. Mr. Manning's actions are offensive to me as a viewer. It was also offensive as a Philadelphia native and sports fan. Apparently, you've never been to a Philadelphia game? If the bird is offensive to you? Goodness. Join us on the last call. Jeremy's going to eat a crawfish. Oh. It's coming up next on the YouTube. Go to the YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, join the House of Reprehensibles, and you too can see Jeremy possibly have a reversal of fortune live.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
High pressure across Carolina has given us some gorgeous weather here. We're talking about a parade of mid-70s into the midweek forecast, not too far off of records. 43 degrees our low tonight. Wednesday, sunshine and 74 degrees. Boy, the weather just absolutely gorgeous.
Pizza's the Hut. Ask for a limited time offer. Not available in some locations. Exclusions apply. Extra charge for more toppings and extra cheese.
This is your time saver traffic on the new ESPN Asheville.
Light delays, 240 westbound between Charlotte Street and Montford Avenue. 40 westbound light delays between the 26-240 split and Smoky Park Highway. 26 eastbound slow between Long Shoals Road and Airport Road. Again, 26 eastbound, very busy between Upward Road and Ozone Drive. 26 on the westbound side is slow near Hendersonville Road. Again, 26 westbound, light delays between Airport Road and Long Shoals Road. Sweeten Creek Road southbound after the Blue Ridge Parkway to Mills Gap Road is slow. I'm Lyndon Field with your time saver traffic.
From the DuckDuckGo for Privacy Traffic Center.
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville. WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXM Waynesville.
The Atlanta Braves are world champions.
It's great.
I have a stupid bib on.
It's that time. All right, are we sure this is going to work here?
I have a stupid bib on.
Yeah, you do.
And gloves.
All right, can we verify that we are on the air and that everybody has made it over to the stream? Because I don't want anybody to miss this. We got to make sure that everybody can see.
This is bullshit.
All right, so does it go to a new video, or are we live right now, or
yeah, it goes to a new video.
What are we doing here? It hasn't popped up on my screen yet, so if you're watching me, just meander on here because I just want to make sure.
Michael Whiteside said that look is priceless. So, apparently it does venture on over to that. Oh, you know what? I did something wrong.
That's no! Right. What did you do wrong?
That's all right.
Okay.
It's still on the old video. Boo-boo-kitty.
So everybody can see it.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. We'll just we'll just do
all right,
this.
I just want to make sure. Everybody can see us. All right, so yes, we have the payoff here. I just want you to get a good look at that. Oh, here we go.
God.
Look at all those wonderful,
Why
beautiful,
are they so fucking
succulent
big?
Because this is from Crab du Jour. You can find them over on Tunnel Road.
They're
It's in the old
place.
Applebee's restaurant.
They have great food.
Location.
They're wonderful.
And they are beautiful. And I want you just to get a good whiff of that. Just take them. Take them, and I want you to dig in.
Oh,
come on!
Oh, good.
This is the thing. He's just a big baby. He's just one big baby.
God, that fucking thing is gigantic.
And they have wonderful bibs that they give you with all of your stuff. The Crab du Jour, Tunnel Road.
I am Jeremy Cousteau.
It's time to pay off the torture ticket. I did wasabi last week. Now you got to eat a mud bug.
How the fuck do you eat this?
All right, so you got to crack it in half. You got to just break the thing in half. You got to break open the tail piece, just like eating lobster.
I'm gonna hurt his feelings. Look, I've never thought I would say this, but fucking meat is murder. Oh, good.
All right. Crack into that thing, baby. Let's see the magic happen.
Do I get a fucking hammer or something?
Kevin Vick says the Panthers just made a signing. They signed Matt Barkley.
Oh, God. Fucking hell.
And he's going to be your starter.
When you say crack into do I have to break this thing's soul in half?
Yes, you just had to break him in half, like Nikola Jokic against Markieff Morris. Just break that dude in half. Yeah. Now I see what all the cackling was about last week.
Okay, fuck you and the horse you rode in on. I do not know how to
just break into it. You're not going to hurt its feelings.
Oh, God, I am, though, because it's still alive.
It's not alive.
It's alive.
Trust me, he's been boiled.
It has all of its sensibilities. Oh, God, I feel like I'm Seafood Dexter. This is horse shit. Oh, my God.
Let's see why he was having so much fun last week.
God, that smells like Fido's dick.
Yep.
Oh, my God. There's so many delicious things in the ocean. Why would you eat this?
Well, those don't come from the ocean.
Yeah, they probably come from a fucking West Virginia tap water factory. Jesus.
Yeah, you can do it.
I can't get the damn thing apart.
Oh, my goodness. Is Daddy going to have to come over there and do it for you?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I'm having to dismember a fucking living creature here, so sorry. Oh, good Lord. Oh, no.
The sound of that was just great.
Oh, good God. Oh, fuck.
I love crawfish so much, and I've never seen somebody be such a baby about it.
There's no meat on this thing.
In the tail. In the tail, son.
I think
that's where all the meat is.
Oh.
You'll have to suck all that brown stuff out of it.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's its face. I have its face.
All right, now that's the appetizer. Now stick that part in your mouth and just squeeze it and suck.
Oh, God, I hope that's the last time you ever say that to me in my life. Sweet God.
That's how you're supposed to do it. That's how you're supposed to eat them. Sucking heads. That's the best part.
Oh, good Jesus. I got buttery bullshit all over the place over here.
Oh, no.
Oh, oh, God. That doesn't even look like meat.
What is it?
I don't know. It came out of the crustacean you handed me.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't eat that part.
What is that? It's boo hole?
That's digestive system. Don't eat that. Don't eat that part. I shouldn't have said anything. Fuck. I should have told him that was the best part.
If you would have, I'd have puked. I'd have puked all over everything. And
I mean, I was mean enough. I already made you suck the head, and that is one thing that I just will not do.
Yeah, I looked it right in the eye right before I did it.
Yeah. Yeah, don't eat that part. I will save you that little horrible experience.
Now
the tail is where the good part is. Break the tail open, get that meat out of there. It's just like a tiny little lobster.
No, it's not. It's not like a tiny little lobster.
I mean, it's exactly like a tiny little lobster.
Okay, we broke that one. All right, let's just get that fucking taste out of our mouth with, what is that?
You got a little bit of potato? Yeah, get you some of that potato. That's the good part. It's got all that fish juice in it. See, I thought I'd be nice and get him some potatoes and some corn to kind of, ease the pain. It's been sitting there marinating in that crawfish juice.
Oh, my God.
Oh, it is so much better on this side of the torture ticket.
Oh, my God. It's like that time in elementary school where I didn't want to shit my pants. I knew everybody would see it. Oh.
They're asking for the bear sound. He can't hit the buttons because he's got greasy fingers.
How the fuck? How do you make a potato taste that bad?
All right.
Oh, my God.
And crack that tail open. Let's get the meat down.
Oh, God.
Kevin Vick.
Victim.
Crawford.
Victim number 2.
Wait, you didn't even get into the first one.
Yeah, because I demolished it when I fucking cracked into it. All right, so I got to get the tail.
Yeah, get the tail out.
All right, so this is the part you're talking about.
Yeah. Now crack it open like a lobster tail.
Nope, that's like a
tiny lobster tail.
No.
You just have to shake off all the brown stuff.
It's not good. It's not good. Kevin Vick said crawfish tail's better than lobster tail.
Indeed.
You don't understand food.
Indeed. That's 2 points for Kevin Vick. He understands. He knows what's good.
That's like saying a gas station hot dog that fell on the floor is better than a Peter Luger steak. No, it is not. Why is it so hard to get into this?
Oh, my gosh.
Who works this hard to get into something that tastes this bad? Good Lord, this is like having to march up a mountain for somebody to hit you in the dick with a wiffle ball bat.
Oh, my goodness. Come on, Jeremy.
Michael White said, why can I not see anyone else's chat? I don't know. I can't fix anything right now. I'm cracking into this. Oh, God. It was like a wet mound of cat shit, and I just slid my hand right into. Oh my God!
Yeah, Kevin Vick, 2 more points. You understand food. You've had his ribs.
That's factually accurate. Okay. I left out a word. Sea. You don't understand seafood. Because comparing this to a lobster tail is like my wife comparing me to Channing Tatum.
It's crick food.
Yeah, this was in a creek. Oh,
it was in a creek.
Yeah, it was in a creek outside of a fucking sewage treatment plant. Oh God! It's good. Oh God!
Yeah, I don't see Whiteside either in the comments.
Why is it? Meat's not supposed to be that color.
It's a lobster. It's exactly the same color as a lobster. Have you never had lobster?
First of all, no, it's not. Lobster is white, and this is a dookie brown. Okay, I may be colorblind, but I know this much. Oh God!
Shrimp.
Hand me that bang over there.
He's gonna need something to watch.
Yeah, hand me that fucking bang. Okay, you got me to suck its stupid head. The first time I've ever sucked the head of anything in my entire life. Yeah,
Survey
just
says
set.
that was a lot.
Eat one. Okay, you just go away. Eric Miller said the same color as colors, but see, it's not. See, there's red. I see the red.
Yeah.
But then there's this sludgy brown that I'm just.
Where? Turn it to me. Let me see what you're looking at.
Oh God.
Let me see the brown. Show me the brown.
It's like sludgy brown. That's not.
No, it's good. It's good.
Oh,
that's just
almighty.
that's just the Cajun juices that have seeped into the meat.
I feel like it's what Ed Orgeron does every night.
He does.
Go take it.
Uh-huh. Just eats them all.
Its brothers are looking at me.
They're all looking up at you. Jeremy, don't eat us.
Holy shit.
No?
That was much better than the head.
Okay. At least we've made some progress here.
That was much better than the head.
Mm-hmm.
Not by a lot, but it was better. Oh God! And you almost got me to eat the boo hole. There. See right here. This is a crawdaddy butthole, and you were just gonna let me eat that.
I did not. I stopped you from eating it.
You did.
Okay.
All right.
At least you did you a solid on that part.
That earned you one credit in this God. All right. I have to eat one of these stupid claws too.
Oh, don't worry about the claws. They're not worth it.
I said we'd do the whole damn thing.
They ain't much meat upon them.
It's fine. I have to dismember this crawdaddy like I'm like a bio autopsy. Oh, that was the most dissatisfying crunch in the history of time. Oh my God. Okay, there you are. That is a little itty bitty teeny tiny amount of meat.
Yeah.
Why do I feel that Matthew Hoffman just put up a super chat that says just squeeze the head and suck, quote Tank. That will be on the morning show, just so you know.
Just squeeze the head and suck.
Rob Johnson said I took a nice screenshot of Jeremy's face and plan on turning it into a meme.
Yes.
You should.
100%. Is that claw meat?
Yeah.
Man, that's a lot of claw meat.
Oh, it tastes like concentrated evil. Oh my God.
You big baby.
Oh, I got gel. There's gel in it.
I told you not to eat the claw.
Oh, God, it's on the gloves. Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh, torture tickets are fun. I can't wait for our next torture ticket.
Yeah, let's talk about that. And because I got news for you. I ain't losing this shit again.
Yeah.
Oh, do I have to eat a piece of this corn too?
I mean, you should. It'll help you get the taste out of your mouth.
I don't believe it will, because that is not the color that corn is supposed to be, I do declare. Oh, good Lord.
Oh,
God,
man.
and I love this. You know what this has done definitively? It has reaffirmed my belief that you should never, ever, ever eat things that come out of a crick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what?
Mm-hmm. That good Cajun seasoning.
Oh, the corn's not bad.
Yeah, see? See, I knew that'd be a little sweet treat for you at the end of it.
Well, the corn's not bad.
I mean...
Oh, God, it got the boo hole on it.
He got it. He got it again.
Oh, the boo hole was on the corn.
He got it again. That's great.
Oh, my God.
Oh, can the YouTube group be called the Head Suckers? Jonathan Welch wants to know.
Oh.
I mean, if y'all want to be known as the Head Suckers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, if I eat the boo hole, can I be done with this?
Yeah, absolutely. You eat that wad of trash.
Oh, God almighty. Oh, God, I have lived a much better life than this. Oh, it's a little... Why did I offer this?
I don't know.
Why did I offer this?
I don't know.
This is not going to be... Come open this damn thing, because I'm going to shotgun it when I finish this. I have all the... By the way, we have to take a picture of this. Kevin Vick said that's a negative Ghost Rider. Well, here's the thing. I want to be done with this real bad.
Yeah. Nobody tell him. Go ahead.
Oh, this is the worst part, isn't it?
You don't eat that part. That is literally poo. Sandy, intestines, brains, and poo. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. But you can if you want to.
But this allows me to just be done.
Yeah. Hang on, let me get my camera out.
Oh, God.
Let me take a picture of Jeremy eating the poo.
Because we don't have enough fucking cameras recording this. We have 2 on me right now.
All right, go for it. Big bite. Last one. Here he goes.
Oh,
told you ought not have done that.
Oh,
you ought not have done that to your boy.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I bit into it and some kind of liquid came out.
Of course it did.
Oh, my sweet baby Jesus. My mouth is rejecting this. It won't.
All right, now hand it over. Hand me the tub. He's going to wash it down with some bang.
Oh, my God, that tastes like Satan. Oh.
Yeah, hand me this.
Oh, my God. That was horrendous.
It's awesome. I don't know why.
Hold on. I'm getting a spam call. Hello. I am currently on camera eating crawfish, asshole. Apparently, they didn't want to talk to me that bad. No. Apparently, my car's limited warranty was not worth that.
Did you really answer it?
I really did.
Good
100% I did. That was an 800 number, too.
Good for you.
Oh, my God.
I love that. Oh. Yeah. I mean, that was completely worth it. That was worth the wasabi.
Oh, my God. And it just keeps getting worse.
Uh-huh.
What in the fuck did that just shoot in? Oh, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to finish that because
I told you what it just shot in your mouth.
Oh, good God.
Another phrase that is it's been said before, dear Kevin Vick.
God, if I've never said this before, I want to say it right now. Fuck Andy Reid. Run the damn ball.
All right. I gotta get into one of these things. I can't believe you just ate that part.
Oh.
After I told you not to.
I wanted to be done. I wanted to not have to do any more of it.
Secret time? I was going to let you be done after one anyway.
Well, thanks for telling me that, Dick. Notice he didn't say that. I volunteered to eat the boo quarters, and he just went, you didn't get down there.
And I tried to. No, I said, don't do that. I warned you.
But you didn't say, hey, you can just be done anyway. You went, well, you can be done if you do that.
Well, no, why would I do that? I think we all got a great kick out of watching you eat crawfish poo.
Oh, my God. But if that's then why is it in with the rest of the animal? If you're not supposed to eat that, it came out of the.
What are they supposed to do? Crack it open and take that part out and then cook it?
Yes. And dice it up and put it in a stew or something more appetizing. Oh.
It's part of the joyous flavor. So great.
Oh, God.
I love crawfish.
It's making my bang taste like crawfish dicks. What? Why?
I told him. I was like, I love crawfish, and I bought extra crawfish just to take home with me tonight. Because this is joyous.
That
joyous
is
meat.
Without a doubt the worst taste I've ever had in my mouth.
Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Crab du jour on Tunnel Road. If you ain't been,
oh yeah, I will tell you everything else they have is fantastic.
Oh,
now that
was so good.
I could have done without.
That is so delicious.
Oh,
and see the little entrails. You got to be sure to take the entrails out.
Oh yeah, and I might have gotten that.
Don't eat them.
I might have gotten that. I don't know. I didn't.
No, that's what you ate. That's what you ate. That's that little ball that you ate. That's what you ate.
Oh, it was good. It was good.
Told you not to.
Oh, it was good. It wasn't good, and it tasted like salt water. Like it was like salt water and asshole and Clorox. Oh,
absolutely delicious. You just pull the meat out of the tail,
and there's so many I just don't understand why do people eat that. There's so many wonderful things that you can eat out of the water,
out of the creek. I mean, the fish are too tiny in the creek. But these, delicacies.
Stephen Tao said, I don't think I've ever seen anyone put on gloves to eat a crawfish. I would have put on a hazmat suit if.
I mean, normally I wouldn't, but I do have a lot of, electronic equipment in here that I have to touch.
Can that, make you physically ill, the fact that I ate its innards?
No. You ever eat a vein in a shrimp?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what that is? Poop trail.
Oh.
It's true.
Oh.
So good.
Oh.
See, the that's the thing. The claws are just not worth it.
None of it was worth it.
Oh, you're wrong about that.
None of it was
that
worth
tail meat, so good.
Oh, none of it was worth it.
A little bit of crawfish etouffee. I love that stuff.
All right, in the comments, let's talk about the terms of next week, because now we've done 2 foods in a row.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the next one has to not be food.
Well, somebody mentioned one round with the Rogue Combat Club guy, and I just don't think that's going to be fun for y'all.
That'd be fun for me. I've done that shit.
You'd get a kick out of it.
Oh, I mean, I've done that shit. So
I'm definitely not getting a kick out of it.
You'd get a kick out of it right in your throat. Right in your throat.
Right between my eyes.
Oh, Eric Miller said the best part of a Maryland blue crab is what you just ate. I've had a Maryland blue crab and they're delicious.
So good.
I love seafood, but I do not love that.
So tasty.
And I also don't like having to go full, Dr. Credenza tearing it apart like a savage.
Credenza? That's a new one. I don't know Dr. Credenza. Isn't that like office furniture?
It is.
Let's see here.
Adam Black said I should have to
dress like Cam Newton.
Why are these all for me? I've yet to see one for Tank. I've seen a lot of Jeremy should do this, Jeremy should do that. What the fuck makes you think I'm going to lose again? Stephen Tao said I don't have a dress. You're not right.
You have a dress?
100% I do. You know this.
Oh, that's right, because you went as Melania Trump.
I did. I told everybody I was going as Trump for Halloween. I didn't say which one. Oof. That was an ugly costume.
Oh, it's so good. I don't know why you have such a problem with this.
Oh, because it tastes like centralized saltwater evil.
Keep saying saltwater. It's not saltwater.
Well, I tasted salt water. I tasted a lot of salt.
Well, you tasted the salt and the Cajun seasoning.
By the way, that could be another part of this. I don't like salt at all.
It could be.
Oh, Eric Miller said one of y'all should have to spend 30 minutes on the street with a sign made by the other one.
That could be fun.
Oh wait. Oh, wait. That could be fun. Why are you eating the shell?
What's the easiest way to crack open?
Ugh.
Just crack open the claw. Get at that meat.
Oh.
Well, these are pretty big claws, so there is some meat inside.
It's the biggest friggin' crawfish in the world. They got those out of the lake from The Simpsons.
Lake Julian?
Yeah, they
got them from Lake Julian.
They got those out of Lake Julian. That is the biggest friggin' crawfish I've ever seen.
The only place in the state of North Carolina, not in the coast, that tilapia exists.
I swear to you, so that's only the second time I've ever eaten those. The first time, they were like this big.
Yeah.
They were just little fellers.
Yeah.
Oh. I will say this. It was worse the first time.
Mm-hmm.
The first experience I ever had with crawfish was worth it.
Well, I'm going to say one thing that might be keeping these better, they are very, very well prepared.
Oh, yeah.
I will say this. All of the gagging and stuff should not be a reflection on the crab du jour, because this is phenomenal.
No.
Jeremy just doesn't like the taste of the meat.
Jonathan Welch said I would be a great poker player, and I don't know why. Oh, everything on his face is a tell. Yeah, that's true. It's also why I'm a very bad liar.
Still hitting you?
I think that was just the cancer trying to get out.
Jeremy had the idea of the loser of the bet being or the winner of the bet being able to hit the other one in the crotch with a baseball bat
with a
wiffle ball bat. I'm not interested.
That would work out tremendously for me. JT Money said, I go as Trump every day and work for the government.
Good for you, Jason. I can't believe this was such a chore for you.
Cracking them open or eating them?
Both.
Oh, yeah. The cracking them open was savage. I mean, there's only one step to eating a person. And I have sand on my arm, which is...
It's probably what squished out of the innards that you ate. It just gooshed out. Is that the sound it made in your head?
Oh. Yeah, I'm done with food. My wife asked me what I wanted for dinner. You know what I want for dinner? Sleep. I want to go to bed and forget oh my God, it's even grosser to watch him eat it. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. I'm more repulsed by watching you eat that than I was eating it myself.
It was so good. Is there no one taters in here?
Sports Freak, welcome into this is probably the weirdest time for us to possibly see you the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think is going to win, Patriots, the Browns? I'm going to take the Browns aggressively. Oh, Jesus Christ. Adam Black said get the hottest wing at Rockies. For me, that's not a punishment. Although Rockies is mean. We are actually going to start a weekly around Asheville best hot wings. I want to find the best hot wing in the city. I love.
You love
hot
super
wings.
Spicy stuff.
Sports Freak, don't worry about being rude. We're rude to each other all the time. Why are we taking the Browns? The Odell Beckham removal has made that team markedly better. Now, if Chubb's out, I just don't think he's going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally could count on one hand the number of players this year that have been vaccinated that missed a game for this. So I just don't, especially with this being Tuesday,
mm-hmm.
I don't think that's going to happen. Now, if Nick Chubb doesn't play, that changes the offense a little bit, but Dearness Johnson's been good in relief.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they'll still be able to run the ball. Here's the thing. I don't think the New England Patriots are very good. And I don't like taking lesser teams on the road. And the way I say that with New England, I mean by proxy of I think they're the worst playoff competitive team in the AFC. Just solely because Mac Jones doesn't have that. I've never seen Mac Jones do anything high level. Can he do enough to keep you in games? Absolutely. But it's just a mishmash of you don't have that one offensive weapon that I go, that's the guy that's going to be able to keep you in a shootout.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't love Baker Mayfield at all. I talk more shit about Baker Mayfield than I do anybody.
Right.
Oh, God.
You still tasting it?
I do. It won't go away.
Oh,
good Lord.
Big Mike's in Brevard. Big Mike's in Brevard is a contender if we're going that far. For best wings? Okay.
All the way.
We'll travel for wings.
I'll go to the end of the world for good wings. Michael Whiteside. Wait. Where's my button?
I'm your huckleberry.
Wiffle ball bat to the junk. It was the original idea and must be paid off. That will be pinned to the morning show.
Yeah.
By the way, I should really.
As long as I can wear a cup, I'll be fine. I'm not letting you go straight to the ding with no protection.
Yeah, you don't want to give me a weapon. A weapon.
No.
Matthew Hoffman and Michael Whiteside, both of your both of your comments will be pinned to the morning show. Sports Freak asked if the Patriots get OBJ, will that really make a difference or not? In that offense, I'll say yes, solely because I think he can be the physical presence that they don't have. They don't have a receiver that's above 6'1".
Right.
I mean, Kendrick Bourne he weighs 165 pounds soaking wet. So do I think he can make a difference there? Yeah.
But when you say make a difference, I mean, how good can that be?
I don't know what that was. I've never felt my whole body go, oh, no, stop that. Sports Freak, if you don't know what we're doing, we make bets with each other every week.
Mm-hmm.
We call these torture tickets. There are a shitload of things that I do not like. One of them are creatures that I have to snap their bones in half to eat them. And crawfish is one of those, so I just had to eat one of those. We usually don't like belch and shit on air.
Right.
But I'm afraid I'm going to have a reversal of fortune. The New England Patriots are actually one of the only places that I would like Odell Beckham.
Okay.
Because if he's a problem, Bill Belichick will give me his walking papers in 48 hours.
Which is why I don't think it's going to happen.
And see, that's why I think it could. I've said this multiple times. It keeps getting referenced that there is a third team, and I, for some reason, think it's New England.
But do you think that Odell, because Odell knows what he's walking into there, he's heard all of these other players talk about how much it sucks to play for Bill Belichick and how much no fun there is in that organization. Do you really think he wants to sign up for that? I mean, if he's being so picky about where he's going to go, why would he go to New England? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, because you're not going to have a whole lot of options. I mean, there's
and that's
not
true.
a lot of landing
and that
spots
is a place where he's going to go, and he will automatically be the number one target. He will supplant Jacoby Myers as the number one immediately. I just don't think you put a rookie quarterback in a situation like that.
And you may not. Bill may look at that and go, "The hell with it. I'm
done.
not going to do it."
Right.
But if anybody could get the most out of him, I would say it's Bill.
Right.
And because here's the thing: Odell Beckham Jr. at this point is not he's not untalented. The problem is that he's a malcontent, and there's just not a lot of locker rooms that can handle that.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle, they're on the precipice anyway. Him going to Seattle it makes my skin crawl of how bad that could unwind that team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I've demolished all of these.
And he said he has stated in the past that he would like to play for Belichick. If you remember when he got his way out of New York, that was discussed because they needed a receiver then too. So it is worse watching you eat this than.
I don't understand why.
Eric Miller said, "What about the Colts?" I don't see that locker room dealing with it.
No.
There's way too many young players in that locker room.
Right.
The Colts are a young team, especially among the 22 that play.
Right.
I mean, they have a few vets, but I just don't think you're not going to add something that volatile.
I agree.
And that is very volatile.
All right, so we have officially laid waste, or I have at least, to the crawfish. All the tails are gone. No, I do not suck the heads.
Oh, yeah, I did, because you're a dick.
I just wanted you to get the full Cajun experience.
Oh, I got the full something.
You went full Monty. You ate the doo-doo pile, which is not good.
No, it's
Why would you do that? I mean, I guess that's one thing you do share with Odell Beckham Jr.
Oh,
you're into weird shit.
Yeah. He made a dookie joke.
That's the Louisiana steamer right there.
I have to say, these are fun, even if they're completely irrelevant, irreverent. This is very much what we strive to do. It's just a bunch of dudes sitting around talking sports while the bartenders are putting the chairs up.
Yep. Oh, the crawfish. Yes, they're so good, Alexander.
Oh.
And when you come to town, we're going to go over to Crab du Jour, and we will we'll go tear up some crawfish.
I've actually eaten at that place. That was one of my criteria.
Oh, have you now? Okay.
At Crab du Jour,
Yeah.
I have. Yeah.
Okay.
So they do the low country.
Oh, the
boil.
low country boil.
Oh, comes in a bag just like that.
Uh-huh.
It is real good.
Yeah. Oh, when I went in there to pick this stuff up, there were, the tables were filled for lunchtime, and just watching them sit there and crack those crab legs, I was so jealous.
My wife
love
loves
crab
that
legs.
place.
See, that's what we need to do. We need to do that for a video. We need to do how to crack crab with Tank and Amy. Because I want to see, you've been telling me how good she is at cracking crab legs.
Oh, she will embarrass you.
I want to see what that's
She'll
like.
do 2 to your 1. And I mean that. The last time we were at the beach, she actually had a waitress that's lived there her entire life, her words, not mine, that sat there and watched her. Sander, we are very sad that we could not be there for your wedding.
Yes.
It has been the move back here to iHeart has made life crazy for us. It's all good things, but we are legitimately 2 people down. We need to be the best that we can be. We need 2 more people. So we're doing the best we can. And thankfully, you all appreciate that and are very kind in telling us that we work very long days.
Yes.
It is in Asheville. It is 5:40 in the afternoon right now. We've both been here since 8.
Mm-hmm.
And we got at least 2 hours to go.
Yep.
So
we will have power rankings out to you tomorrow morning.
Yep.
As well. Oh no, I got crab juice or crawfish juice on
you got crab gibbers on your stuff.
On my notebook.
Kevin Vick said, I'm looking for a side gig. Don't tempt me.
Oh, no. What is that? That was good. Oh, it's garlic. Whoa. That was a big old chunk of garlic.
Ooh, yeah, I got one of those, too. And I don't love garlic either.
Oh, so good. So good.
Adam Black said crab legs are overrated. I cannot agree with that.
No.
I love crab legs.
No.
I'll tell this happened in Myrtle Beach, of which if you've never been to Myrtle Beach, it is a great place to get a beer and a cigar. There was an all-you-could-eat seafood buffet that all-you-could-eat crab legs. They kicked us out. I was taking plates of crab legs where I was having to hold them. We did that 8 times.
Yep.
Until they finally went, okay, you got to go.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Tao said, Vic, they need someone that can make coffee. We can actually do that. It took me about 6 pots of really shitty coffee here to figure out what I was doing wrong, but I finally figured it out.
Yep. Which is great, because I never could get him to make coffee in the old studio.
Well, here's the thing. In the morning in the old studio, I was a little busy. We streamlined the graphics here.
That's fair.
And Adam Black said they're not bad, just give me shrimp. Okay, I can agree with that. I am now on I'm on a drinking hiatus this month anyway. And now I'm on a seafood hiatus for an extended period of time.
Do you do oysters?
Yeah.
Raw oysters?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
With a little hot sauce and a crab, or in a cracker.
All right. That's good to know.
I do like oysters.
That's the thing. Like, you can do oysters, but crawfish freaks you out.
Well, there's not. Here's the thing. I've never eaten an oyster's asshole. I just ate a crawfish's. Well, and I think I did that last time, too, because that's the taste I remember, and it just will not go away.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I mean, do oysters have those? I mean,
I don't know.
There is a reproductive system in there somewhere.
I know sports. I don't know anything else.
I'm pretty sure you don't leave that behind.
I don't know anything but sports.
Yeah, raw oysters are great. I agree with you, Adam Black. I love it all. I love all the seafoods.
Oh, since we've got the House of Reprehensibles here, a few things, new things. So with the membership here on YouTube, obviously you get these last calls, you get the things in the chat, all those things. There is no way for Patreon and YouTube to overlap.
Mm-hmm.
So they have had a falling out of sorts. So one of the cool things that we've always thought with the people that were in this group is that you would be able to vote on the topics that we were going to talk about on the shows. We are getting ready to integrate that into the website, where you will literally be able to, it's a majority rule. We called it the Sportsocracy for a reason, and that's why, is because majority would rule.
Mm-hmm.
And so we will start doing those things. My hope is to have them done by Friday for everybody to see them. We will not be in studio Friday, so there will be no YouTube show Friday. Moving all those cameras down to the Harrah's Cherokee Event Center, it's just too much panic.
Yeah.
There's too many things that could potentially go wrong. So we're just not going to do that. We will be on the radio, and we will do Beat the Chief with Asheville Police Chief David Zag on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Boo Hole's revenge. It's trying to get out.
Oh, poor Jeremy.
But we are also, where I was headed with this, is we're also doing shirts of the week. That we've always intended on doing this. The people that have been in Patreon, we're going to work on getting those out to the ones that have been with Patreon. Eric Miller asked, are there any hats left? Those are actually they should be done right now. It took forever to get those done. So they should be coming along right now. And frankly, I need one because I do love these Wicked Weed hats, but I wear a lot of black, and this hat's brown.
Is that true?
What?
Alex Center says, you didn't know that Patreon and YouTube had a falling out? Their companies were twined at one point, and the two guys who made Patreon were together, but they're not anymore?
I don't know exactly what
That's
happened.
Interesting.
When we started Patreon, they were intertwined. Like, we could have set up
So we're caught up in a lover spat. Great.
Basically. So we also have there's a lot of things on the website now. We've got cool cups. They're not Yeti cups, but they're one of the Yeti
great.
competitors. They're pretty cool. They have the logo all the way around. So they're like, it's like a Yeti cup with the logo all the way around.
Yeah, with the skyline and the sportsocracy in the declaration font. Love it.
Yeah, and we'll do T-shirts of the week and things like that, and Patreon members will be able to pick the ones that they want. That's all automated now, so you just go to the website, tell them what you want, send it to me, I'll approve it, and everything works swimmingly.
Mm-hmm.
When people say e-commerce, they don't tell you that they're all paid by somebody, and so a lot of them are terrible, and they don't tell you that. So, but now we've finally gotten to one. They're all intertwined. It'll all be on the website.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, the website will be the only place you ever have to go.
Yeah. Stephen Tao, we appreciate the offer. He said he gets off at 2:00. Do we need a hand with anything? We appreciate the offer. However, security's pretty tight up at the Harris Cherokee Center, Asheville, and they're only letting in necessary personnel into the and we don't have that kind of swing yet where we could just say, hey, this is our guy. He's coming with us.
Oh, no, we have that kind of swing. It's just also if we bring somebody, the more help we have, the more they're going to ask us to do ourselves. Because right now, I'm a dum-dum, and I can't help in any shape, form, or fashion because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So they look at us and go, cool, we'll set this up for you. Alex Sanders said the Ozark Trail look like, that's exactly what it is. But it looks exactly like a Yeti cup, and it's got the logo around the outside.
Mm-hmm.
We also have beanies that are stitched. We have a lot of things. If you guys have things that we say it, all of these ideas come from the two of us going, hey, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. We should do that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of what the House of Reprehensibles was meant to be.
Now, Havoc says this sounds like the Trader Joe's why wine is so cheap story. I don't know that story. Do you know that story?
I don't.
I think you're going to have to tell us that story at some point.
There's a Trader Joe's right below me.
What is it like? Is it all of the other wines they have spilled on the floor and then they just mopped it up and wrung it out into a cheapo?
Michael Whiteside said, how about a bag of swag for my golden sombrero? We have something for you. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry.
We got some crawfish for you.
Nope. Stephen Tao said, I want a beanie. The beanies are really cool. They're stitched and embroidered, and they're very, very high quality.
Yep. We'll let Jeremy show those off.
Oh.
I don't do beanies.
I can actually do that now.
No, I was going to say we'll let you model those when you get one because
I don't wear beanies. I wear beanies with shorts.
Like a 1994 rapper?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I have totally become a hippie, and I didn't even realize it until you pointed it out to me.
I would love to be a hippie, but my hair won't grow that long.
Mine will. Oh God!
All right, let's see here. Do we have any news or anything to wrap up here before we get out of here and put together the stuff? Don't see any news. I don't see any breaking news. Oh God, Cam Newton's trending again.
Why?
I don't know.
Havoc said Joe of Trader Joe's got divorced, and one of the agreements was for his wife to get the wine sale profit.
Oh,
that's why Joe made the wine dirt cheap.
Oh, nice.
That's hilarious.
Nice.
I did not know that.
Oh, no. Oh, it's because of the Matt Barkley thing.
Oh.
Panther fans are pissed off because they signed Matt Barkley. And they're like, hey, Cam Newton's still available. Yeah, does he want to come in and be the backup?
Yeah, we knew. And guess what? We carried as much now as we did when we didn't know.
Right.
Didn't know. By the way, we're just doing power rankings live tomorrow, right?
Oh, sure.
Now that
that'll be fine.
I mean, the after show here has run longer than we expected.
Oh, Udonis Haslem has
And I'm fine with that.
Has some words for Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, because he plays for the Heat, much like Markieff Morris.
Yeah, but I want to know what he said.
Of all dudes that I would not want to fight in the NBA, Udonis Haslem is 1, 2, and 4. All right, so here, Tank wanted me to show these off. So here is that's the Yeti tumbler cup.
That's awesome.
It's got the Sportsocracy logo that goes around it right there, and it's literally the city skyline that's in our beer mug.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find somebody that will cut those. There was somebody in Asheville, and I don't know if they just disappeared off into the ether or they just don't return my calls. There was somebody that could laser etch those. JT Money said skip the bottom 10. Trust me, we will take way less time tomorrow with the bottom 10 than we have in the past.
Yeah. We get so caught up in the minutia of who should be number 27.
Yeah, we will not be doing that tomorrow. Let's see. And here's the thing. I can create any of this stuff. Some of it I'm not outsourcing anything yet, but if it's above my head, I do have people that can do higher level stuff. I got to a certain level of nerd where I can do stuff like this.
Josh Reynolds has asked for his release and got it.
Got it.
Wow.
He will be picked up. He would only cost somebody $500,000 for the rest of the year.
Green Bay Packers?
I wouldn't hate that. He's a little bit of a hat on a hat with Randall Cobb because it's kind of the same thing. But
I mean, if anything, he would be an insurance policy at this point. You got to think Randall's gonna. Oh God.
I don't like.
And Rodgers says there's now a small possibility that he won't play on Sunday.
Oh, speaking of Aaron Rodgers, hey, we haven't.
Show the T-shirt again.
Well, we have an Aaron Rodgers thing too. If you haven't seen this yet, I'm very fond of this. Good God, why is my computer going so slow? It's close.
Did you drop that mud bug juice in it?
Maybe. Oh, that mud bug juice has my computer running about the way that my stomach is running right now. Come on. Alex Henry said he could see Josh Reynolds in Miami. I don't hate that, but I don't know why you would ask for your release from Tennessee to go to Miami. Because Miami is poopy.
I don't know either. Why would you want to leave a winning team?
Oh, wrong one. Damn buttons. What the? Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Doobie-doobie-doobie-doo. Well, that's just not going to work that way. So let's go back and do it this way.
What are you doing? Oh, you're trying to get the shirt up there.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you had it up there earlier.
I did, and then
you deleted it.
And then I boo-boo kitty it.
Of course,
that's what I did.
Of course you did.
I finally found out how to make it work. Boop, 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 boop.
By the way, did you guys check out what Allen Robinson's agent said the other day when the news came out about Odell Beckham Jr.? He was like, "Wow, it's that easy."
Allen Robinson has wanted out of Chicago. That never changed.
No, I mean he begrudgingly took the franchise tag because he had to.
Oh, absolutely.
They tagged him, and he was like, "Oh, I guess I'll show back up." He's got to be on. He's got to be. I would say he's number one on the fantasy bust list so far this year.
Fantasy bust list?
Yeah. Non-injury. I mean, because you drafted him in like the second round, third round. Top of the third, late second.
It was up
and he has been dog shit. I felt like I got such a value on him in several leagues where I drafted him in the late third, early fourth round.
But you didn't.
But I didn't. I guess I should draft better, huh, Jeremy?
100%. You should draft better. And here are the beanies. That's just one color. We have 8 colors of it.
I dig that.
That's the gray heather. The other colors are there's a black, a green, a pink, a red, another blue. I like the maroon one myself, but I'm partial to red.
Of course you like the maroon one. Mr. Florida State guy over here.
Colors. By the way, I do find it funny that we didn't even notice that that we changed the logo to the North Carolina State logo, or to the North Carolina State colors. We also changed it to Florida State colors, and nobody even said a damn word about it. And I think that is hilarious. Because it was Florida Gator colors, and once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it.
Now, why is Bret Hart trending? What'd he do?
Justin Parton said we should make a shirt with Tank suck the head comment in the picture of a crawfish.
Yeah, we should.
Oh, I can do that. Have no fear. I can
just
do anything.
Squeeze the head and suck.
Given 24 hours, I can do damn near anything.
Right. Anyway, I can't tell. I can't tell if Bret Hart did anything or what. Oh, there's a picture of him getting an honorary degree from Mount Royal University.
Bret Hart?
Yeah.
He's 90.
A Bachelor of Health and Physical Education, Physical Literacy. Hot.
What was that? This is the easiest runway I have ever seen for apparel.
He's 64 years old.
Bret Hart?
That makes me feel old.
I'm to be honest with you, I thought he was older than that.
No. Couldn't be.
Stephen Tao said he's the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
You damn right. Correct. And he was screwed.
Correct.
And he got screwed. I used to love Bret Hart. All right, Jeremy's yawning, so I guess that's time to go. He's got to get this taste out of his mouth from the crawfish. The torture ticket, it definitely was worth it. Paid off everything it was supposed to be. And we will see you tomorrow morning for the NFL Power Rankings.
Yep, and we'll be doing those live. I want to do that one of these weeks anyway, just to compare the analytic numbers. So, if you want them to do us live, then tune in tomorrow.
Yeah, tune in
Alex
tomorrow.
Sander asked, is that the Mitt Romney campaign shirt redesigned for that? Mitt Romney, John McCain, Ronald Reagan, George Bush. It's basically every GOP candidate for the last, 25 years.
Anyway, join us tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. We will do the NFL Power Rankings, of course. Hit the subscribe button, share it out with your friends, all that good stuff. You guys know all that stuff. Anyway, we will see you tomorrow.